Alright, okay, I'll do this intro. Fucking shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you.
No, you.
Hello, fucking damn it!
No, you.
Hello,
You know
everybody.
what nobody ever talks about anymore? Pussy farts.
You know what, fuck it, we are having an opening.
No.
Welcome to the JoBros podcast, home of all of your, I don't know what we're the home of, but...
Welcome to the podcast where we three men out here talk about which boy is cuter. I think Justin Timberlake's the cutest one in NSYNC.
But you can count on us not being boring because none of us are from Oklahoma.
Oh.
Oh.
I
Tough
gotta
fighting people
move,
in
I'm
Oklahoma. I lost one sub from that.
The one guy from Oklahoma who was subbed to you, and he's sitting around at work, and he's like, God damn it, I really am bored. I'm listening to these three guys talk because that's all I have to do. Fuck these guys. They're right about me. I'm going to go get a life and unsubscribe.
I mean, please do. Please.
Also, he calls his cousin and he's like, "What you doing?" And I can't do a fucking accent.
Hey guys,
He's like,
it's me,
he moves to
Luckily.
California and becomes part of Colexit.
Calexit.
Colexit. Colexit, yeah. Alexa, play the liberal theme song.
Alexa, please.
Shiz. Shiz. Oh my god, shiz.
Shows. Let's get some shows. I want to get
Alexa,
shows.
how many genders are there? There are a verified 1,600,337.3 genders.
Throw you Alexa in the trash. Fuck that.
So as you can tell, on this podcast, we get right down to the important topics.
Yeah, guys, what topics do we have today?
Well, I mean, we were talking about gender.
Gender? Whoa!
So biologically, there are two
Is
genders.
it a
I'm
social
sorry,
construct?
guys.
Is it a social construct? Is it real?
The fuck are you saying?
Also,
about social
being
construct?
being pansexual is bullshit unless you have fucked your ceiling fan. Okay?
Or you cat.
Or your cat.
Hey,
or your
hey, we
fucking
agreed to not talk
or the
about
rat that eats all your cheese, or your air conditioning unit,
Or the gnome that eats all your popcorn.
or a jug of gasoline, because that's attractive too.
Oh, that's hot.
Like, all right, guys, we get it. You really want to be Captain Jack Harkness, but you're not. So,
Alright, well, how about... Oh, fuck. So, before we get any further, I just want to say, first of all, we have... if we have any projects in the future that we want to talk right now.
well, also, I would like to point out, hi, we have Killer Queen Memes the Dust, we have
Hello.
V Deadbolt, and myself, Grim the Fang King.
Yeah, we kind of fucking ruined the opening.
Just in case you're wondering who the fuck we are.
I don't know. What's my name again?
I mean, I figure they know me, because my fucking channel.
Deadbolt is forever known on YouTube as that JoJo guy.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, you made 2 JoJo videos, and then all of a sudden... your whole channel
It's like
has to be
Clothespins.
JoJo.
He made 2 Mastar videos, and people are like, "Oh, there's the Mastar guy."
I love your Mastar videos. I love
But
his
see,
Mastar
that's
videos.
the
We need to
that's the
make another
thing.
one.
Like people know me and you as, oh, that's Killer. No, that's Grim, because like we just do whatever the fuck we want.
I mean, to be fair, Deadbolt was the same way.
To an extent, I mean, he like right now he's known as the JoJo guy or the Pokemon guy.
I mean, I'd rather take the Pokemon direction.
The ironic thing is, and I mean this 100% sincere, is that Deadbolt's best videos are actually his like gaming skit videos.
Oh, yeah.
Like the one where he yells at himself to like play like he's gonna go to Disney World and then he has to play like the Disney game. Like that's fucking great. Like that's
It was Universal. You didn't watch the video,
I
obviously.
didn't fucking
yeah. Oh,
do
Universal.
Not
Sorry.
yet.
I'm sorry.
Not
No, I
yet.
did. No, it was fucking fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
I know, I was just giving you shit.
The New World.
I don't know. Disney World and Universal are fucking interchangeable. All right, Disney.
All right,
probably
they're
owns
owned by
Universal
racists, so yeah, you're not wrong. So.
Excuse me, no, they're not interchangeable. Chills did not make a video on Universal.
Oh yeah, you're.
now. Number 15, Universal Studios Orlando.
the last thing you'd want to see on your plane ticket is you.
The last thing you want to see in your notifications box is a new video from Chills. Speaking of YouTuber stuff, Shane Dawson has sex with animals, and
Oh yeah, well, I mean, Shane. Let's be honest. Out of all the YouTubers, Shane Dawson is the one that would be least surprised about having sex with his cat.
I don't want to be too mean. I just want to say that like Shane Dawson is the most inauthentic human being on the planet, probably.
I mean, I haven't liked it. I've never been a fan of him. Not really a particular reason why.
I would equate him to that, you know, that like dead dude that like got shot in the back of his grandma's yard, and like everybody went ballistic about it. So like it turns out that like before he had that encounter with police, not only did the body cam footage show that like he was taking his phone in the middle of the night and aiming it like a gun and walking towards police, but he had Googled ways to commit suicide. Suicide by cop was one of those things. He also took a bunch of fucking drugs and pills to try to kill himself beforehand. And he had texted his baby mama, the one, you know, his widow who was bawling on the news and about how, like, she was so devastated by his loss. She had texted him back because he texted her, like, a picture of the pills and said, hey, like, let's fix our family or I'm taking all of these. And she texted back, do it. I don't give a fuck, LMAO. So yeah, Shane Dawson's about as authentic as her.
I was gonna say, how the fuck did we get to Shane Dawson?
Yeah, because like her crying on TV over his death, like that's about as authentic as Shane Dawson in all of his content.
Yeah, I mean, Shane Dawson definitely. Like, okay, his fucking Chuck E. Cheese video. Well, I haven't seen that. He accused Chuck E. Cheese of recycling their pizzas. Basically just like, and they'll see that somebody didn't finish the pizza, and they'll take the pieces they didn't finish and then put it together with other pieces that people didn't finish and make a whole pizza out of it. That's fucking bullshit.
You would think if that was true, there'd be some video evidence by now. Like, especially because think of it this way, right? If you're an employee of Chuck E. Cheese and you're making bum fuck an hour, like, and they're having you do that, you would slip out your fucking phone and record that shit and then go up to your boss and be like, yo, I'm gonna report this. And then, like, they would probably, like, you fucking probably make a lot of money off of that shit. You'd be like, oh, like, I got sick eating here. And, like, you know, they were like, you could get Chuck E. Cheese shut down. That's worth a lot of fucking money. Like, you know what I mean?
There's Jesus Christ. There's also, every single point that can be contended. One thing that people have been saying that proves that Shane Dawson is right, which it doesn't, is that Chuck E. Cheese smacked his ass with an assist after that video. That's just because he was slandering the company.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's because of slander. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry guys, I'm on the internet and I know everything about law, and if you question me, then you're getting cease and desist.
And then
also, I just want to take I just want to take the time to shout out our sponsor, BetterHelp.
Okay.
That's for all the retards out there. That's a joke.
No, it's not. It's real.
That's absolutely, like, we're not sponsored by anybody. If you can't tell by our sub and our
who would sponsor me?
I would.
Who would sponsor me? Like, if people on my channel for 2 seconds, they're like, wow, this guy's never gonna make a career out of this.
You're a loser.
I mean, you could make a career
like,
out of it.
If anybody sponsors me, it's probably gonna be somebody like Alex Jones. Like, he doesn't even do that. But if Alex Jones sponsored people, he'd probably sponsor me.
You're not that fucking good. Jesus Christ.
Not because of politics, but just because of offending people.
I mean, it's offending people. Well, yeah, okay, but
we are declaring war. We're declaring war.
I mean, you also need to think Keemstar has a sponsorship with G Fuel.
Yeah, he lives, breathes, he smokes G Fuel.
Yeah, I mean, G Fuel knows he's a piece of shit, though. They just know that they can get brand awareness.
Yeah.
With him.
I mean,
he's such a controversial figure.
I mean, yeah, there'll be companies that don't give a shit about what you talk about as long as like you have the fucking views.
So now that you guys know how family friendly we are, yo, fine bros, when you gonna get us in there? Like when the fuck you gonna hit us up?
Let us react to your stuff, guys. I'm the best reactor.
Bring us in for some fucking reaction videos.
Hey, you guys want to hear my
the
reaction?
JoBros
real quick?
podcast reacts to 2 girls, 1 cup.
Good memories.
Oh, bro, dude, if Fine Brothers did like a fucking adult-oriented, like a mature segment, that would be fucking genius, dude. Like, oh. Dude, why don't we do that? Actually, I kind of don't want to watch videos like that. We did some watching videos like 2 girls, 1 cup, Reddit 50/50, like shootings on Live Leak and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to watch
traumatized for life. But the YouTube money would be rolling in. People would be like seeing our horrified faces on camera.
And then we get demonetized.
Just donating.
I don't want to get freaking. I don't want to get the freaking. I don't want to risk the chance of my channel getting fucked over with YouTube's like.
Well, no, it wouldn't, right? Because like we wouldn't actually show the video, and if we did, we would.
I mean,
know.
if I've learned anything from Monkey Jones, you can be terminated for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
YouTube's not gonna do that though.
If they don't like you, they just terminate you.
Dude, look at Donut Operator. He posts YouTube videos of police shootings and body cam footage all the fucking time, and that's all like supposedly big no-nos everybody says on YouTube, and he's fine.
I mean, yeah,
you just can't monetize it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying we're gonna make tons of money from this. Like, who's gonna give us money?
No. Because our fans are gonna feel sorry for us, and they're gonna donate for our fucking like therapy.
And then some like SJW would be like, these kids right here, they're being bigoted, racist, homophobic, transphobic.
Well,
Listen, we just have to get out while we're ahead. After we've been doing those react videos for a while, we have to stop before we start laughing at death on camera, because then everybody's gonna hate us.
Well, you said that they'd have to pay for our therapy, but why would we do that when we could go with our sponsor, BetterHelp?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Exactly. We could go hit up BetterHelp, and they will get us all of the help we need.
I need a lot of help.
Also, just so you guys know, we are employees of Walmart, so if you...
You're gonna get us fired.
We're not actually employees of Walmart.
Because right? Walmart has the lowest prices. This video has been sponsored by Walmart.
Okay, he's an employee of Walmart, alright?
Don't dox me! Jesus Christ.
Don't dox me. Speaking of doxing, no, I'm not even gonna go there.
Hey guys, let me reveal you my address.
I'm so scared to get doxed and they call me Verlicify.
Speaking of doxing,
So, if you guys don't really know who we are, I'm famous for drama, Killer Queen is famous for drama, and Deadbolt's famous for being a racist.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry guys, I'm a racist, guys, but your leader is a racist too, he admits it, but it's okay though, because I'm the racist.
You got it wrong, You see, you're famous for drama, I'm famous for bullying children, and then Deadbolt's famous for being racist. So, the only thing you got wrong is me.
Well, technically, I'm famous for bullying, too. Like, remember, I bullied a mentally handicapped person and a pedophile, so, like...
Self-diagnosed mentally handicapped.
Oh, yeah,
he wasn't even self-diagnosed.
No, he wasn't even self-diagnosed. He said he had ADHD, and I'm like, I have ADHD, so what? And everybody else was like, no, he clearly has, like, autism. And it's like, how the fuck do you know?
Because I'm a doctor. This is the internet.
Because we're all internet MDs. We're like fucking armchair doctors now. Armchair quarterbacks, pff, armchair PhD is the way to go. I printed mine out at the local Starbucks.
I mean, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I was gonna make a point. Speaking of pedophile, I saw this channel. I'm gonna be making a video on, hopefully, here soon.
Hopefully.
That he talks about like people who demonize pedophiles, justifiably, obviously, they're fucking disgusting human beings. He'll talk about these people and say that they're like awful people demonizing them and that pedophilia is just sexual preferences and all this shit. And I'm like, this guy is fucking deranged.
So, kind of like how like Verlicify said that you're a piece of shit human being if you report him for Twitter ban evasion.
I mean, I think those are two different things, but yeah.
I'm just stirring the pot.
That's what the Relisify just says. This man, pro player breathes. Is he cheating? That guy is cheating.
Guys, if you're gonna take one thing away from this video, it should be that we are calling Relisify a pedophile.
He's gonna expose us and be like, "Is Grim cheating? Did he cheat?"
He's never gonna see this, and if he does, he's just gonna be like, "Guys, I just want to post a news update that I found a bunch of nobodies on YouTube, and they are actively launching a slander campaign against me. So go flag their content."
Oh yeah, you're right.
So some of you may be wondering what we're up to lately.
I don't know.
Alright, yeah, we can do that. So, yeah, Deadbolt, you said you don't know what you're doing. Playing Minecraft.
Just let me play my Minecraft in peace, Jesus Christ.
So, speaking of which, Deadbolt, since you're here, are you still wanting to go forward with cunt, or...?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I mean, obviously we lost the law.
We lost, I mean...
Well, nobody cares.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
Like, we lost Ashley, too, for it, technically, but I still want to do cunt. I think it's a brilliant idea.
I like cunt.
I still want to do cunt.
For those of you who don't know what cunt is, it is the Central Underground News Team.
Oh, fuck. I still want to do cunt.
I like eating cunt food. Cunt brand food.
I love working at cunt.
You know, guys, we gotta have a deep dive with cunt.
Dude, literally, like, I think we should do it just so when we go out in public, people will be like, "Oh, you're those cunts."
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, people already do that with me.
You're the cunt guy, like.
Huh, that's if they notice me, though.
People are just gonna be walking around them. We're just gonna be walking around the mall, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, I really love cunt."
Yeah,
and
how are they gonna
like? They're gonna be getting sideways looks.
What if we're not gonna reveal our faces?
I mean, how the fuck are they gonna know? Like me walking down the street and go, "Hey, you're that cunt guy."
Like we all have like super unique voices. Like,
I mean, I don't speak to myself while I'm walking.
I mean, yeah, because he's the one with the lisp. So,
Lispy Jimmy over here.
Dude, we have unique voices. Like, there's no way anybody's gonna confuse other people.
Everyone thinks I sound like Donkey.
Hello, everyone. I'm the one that sounds like I have major autism.
What's up, guys?
Double is
like
the one who no longer looks like JonTron. Like, that's your claim to fame.
Yeah, you look like a buff JonTron.
I sound like Donkey and I look like JonTron. I'm the fucking Italian prince.
But you're Mexican. Man. How does that work?
Pretty soon you'll be the Italian stallion, my mate.
They don't call me the Italian stallion.
Guys, quit doxing me. We're not supposed to talk about the nicknames of my penis on air.
Oh shit.
I was talking about Sylvester Stallone.
I thought it was microscopic. I thought that was your name.
Microscopic.
I'm fucking
microscopic. Your word of the day, microscopic.
Fucking English is
higher learning.
Oh hell yeah.
So Killer and myself are launching a new channel. I don't really want to reveal the name necessarily yet, just because like I want to get it up and going before, just in case, you know. But yeah, basically we're gonna be doing actual professional content. We have a couple of series that we're gonna be doing. A couple of the series that I would like to mention are let's see. Let me go bring up my little list. I have like 3 ones that are like the main focus that I want to start off with.
In the meantime, let's talk about the Italian stallion.
Let's talk about
okay, so I have Deserted is the first one I thought of, which is essentially like it's essentially sort of like a pseudo documentary type thing where we talk about things like you know, Six Flags or Disney's River Country, like places that have been deserted. Like, it's not even just like theme parks or stores or anything like that, but like entire towns, like interesting things like that. Just to give context and backstory, I know people have done it before, but they leave out a lot of stuff or they get facts incorrect.
So like Defunct Land.
Yeah.
But better.
or like abandoned or something, you know, stuff like that. I also want to do something called The Day the Music Died, which is basically a series where I talk about bands that kind of fell off the map and people don't really know what happened, or people like have heard speculation but never the truth, right? Like a good example is like Creed, which was like this big Christian rock band from like the 90s.
They weren't
and early
Christians. Stop
2000s
fucking
and stuff.
spreading false rumors.
And
You're the reason why
they were a
quit.
band. Everybody assumed they lost all of their deals and stuff because Scott Stapp and like his antics, but actually none of that's true. It like the band did dissolve, but they actually ended up reuniting, and there's a lot of interesting stuff there. But it's not even, I don't even want to focus on them right now, but just like bands in general. Like you may wonder like if anybody remembers the band Janus. They were a pretty big band, like the mid to late 2000s. And like you heard them on the radio, you heard them in games like Flat Out Ultimate Carnage and stuff like that. And everybody goes like, well, I remember like Eyesore and stuff, right? Like what happened to them? And like you may be interested to know like how their careers ended up, like where they went. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about Alice in Chains. Lane Staley died of a heroin overdose. I bet none of you guys knew
or
that.
Soundgarden.
I mean, I think the best episode will be the one we talk about Nirvana. It'll end with bang.
Hey guys, Kurt Cobain is God. If you talk
But
about,
yeah, it's basically like stuff that isn't like common knowledge, right? Like I've done a lot of research into some of them. Janus is one of my favorites because the lead singer actually runs a very successful pizza business now. Like you literally can find out what happened to them on Facebook, on any websites. Wikipedia doesn't even know what the fuck happened to these guys. Like people don't know. It takes a lot of tracking down to figure out this stuff. And we also want to do a series called YouTube Legends, where we kind of do the same thing, but it's going to highlight like legends of YouTube.
do one of John
Not necessarily that we support or enjoy these people, but they're people who at some point or another were huge, like the biggest stars in the world on the YouTube platform, and basically what happened with them, sort of like their rise to success. And then we want to do a series called YouTube Pariah, which is basically where we talk about the most hated figures in YouTube history, or the most controversial. Now, you're all sitting there going, well, these are all things that people have done before. And in some fashion, you would be correct. But the way that we want to approach them is not just like, oh, hey, guys, like, this is the news on this person. It's not like, oh, hey, these are the top 10 YouTubers who got murdered. Like, nothing like that. We may do top 10 lists at some point in time, but like we want them to be inventive and original. And like these ones, we want to cover, like if we do a YouTuber, we want an entire video to be about them, maybe in parts, but they're going to be very long, like very detailed videos.
I was gonna say that the whole The Day the Music Died thing really reminds me of Punk Rock MBA's videos, where he talks about like these bands and how they innovated, or how like they rose to success. Because he did a couple of them, like one with Seosin, one with Attack. You know.
I'll have to check those out. I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, you know, if you haven't checked it out, his name is Punk Rock MBA. Not the NBA we know, but yeah, it's a different NBA.
Yeah, no, I'll check him out. Yeah, because you know, like Deadbolt, I told you I wanted to do like a series already where like we talked about like old video game soundtracks and stuff like that. And then you and me had conversations about like some of the bands like on Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 and stuff, and we're like, wow, I wonder what happened to those guys. And then like we had discussions about it, and I thought, well, like it would be really cool to do like a series where like we cover in depth. And then like I came up with the title The Day the Music Died, right? Because like they stopped putting out music. So like I'm just like, wow, this could work, you know? And the cool thing about it is too, what I think would be really cool if we do going forward, if you guys support us in these endeavors, I'm not sitting here pandering for money or anything, but like if we get traction, I'm hoping we might be able to get interviews with some of these people.
Oh, so, actually, yeah. Like, I'm actually like pretty interested in what happened to these guys. Because the thing is that not a lot of people know is that if you really want to make it big as a rock band, you just have to just throw away everything you have.
In a lot of cases, yeah. in a lot of cases. Like there are some of the bands that have been screwed over by record labels, publishers. There are some bands who just decided, hey, we don't want to do this for the rest of our life. And a lot of people probably think that's kind of crazy. Like, why would you not want that? It's a dream job. But it happens.
It happens, yeah. That's why it's very hard. I always make that argument. It's like someone who makes fun of someone else for playing guitar here. I was like, well, what's the point of playing guitar then? It's like, oh yeah, it's a lucrative thing. I was like, yeah.
Right, it's like the Chris Fenn controversy where he's like alleging he's been screwed out of all this money, and people are like, wow, he shouldn't complain. He's worth 20 million, and it's all from begging on a fucking trash barrel. It's like it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more like, and again, image, I'm not taking sides there. I don't want to piss any Slipknot fans off. I'm not taking sides. Like, I still love Slipknot. I'm not going in on them or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people make light of the situation because they're not there. Like, we're talking about a businessman who has invested his entire life, and an entire group of businessmen who have invested their entire life into a franchise. And if that's you don't want to be getting screwed out of money. Whether it's true or not, it remains to be seen in court. But if it is true, you would do the same in that situation, most likely. But yeah, these are some cool series that I want. We're going to be focusing on moving forward on our new channel that we're going to be doing. Right now, the name that we have, I'll just go ahead and say it, is First World Films. It's a name that I created back a while back. It was being used by myself and somebody else that I'm no longer I'm no longer friends with. He changed the name though, so we're clear to use it. Somebody else used it on YouTube a long time ago, but I mean, it's not like it's trademarked. It's not trademarked by anybody. It's not copyrighted. So nobody can say anything about it. But
it's all about your lasting power, like.
Exactly.
Like KSI, like if there's two people that know the name KSI, it's either that YouTuber or it's that clan back from Call of Duty. One of those two.
Right, exactly. It's stuff like that, right? And so Killer and I are going to be heading that up. If anybody's interested in getting in on some of that, or they have anything interesting they'd like us to do a video on, story they would like to hear, you can definitely comment. Come hit us up in our Discord server here, the Killer Queen Memes the Dust server. And I mean, Deadbolt, you too. Like, if you want in on that and you want to do videos
I'm
like that,
consider it, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I know that you've kind of certain times in the past you've kind of been hesitant to do certain videos with us because obviously they involve drama or whatever, and you're a clean guy on YouTube. You tend to stay out of that. But this is going to be on a whole new channel. It's an entirely professional platform. There's going to be no bullshit. So
I know what you mean, yeah. So...
And honestly, the reason that we want to do it is because like many of you guys out there who probably watched channels like that in your life, like Watch Mojo or anything like that, or any of these guys out there, you probably thought, I watch this content because I like it and I find it interesting, but I wish they would do more serious topics, or I wish they would do this, or like I would like. In that, we come from the same mindset. We're doing this in the mindset that like we want to make videos that we wish other people made. So. But I know Deadbolt, you're especially probably going to be interested in the music one, because there are a lot of cool bands we can cover. There's so much history.
Because my channel is more like an informative thing. Like, I like to inform people rather than just tell people, hey guys, you shouldn't read this newspaper because this guy said I'm a doo-doo head. Nah, I'm more like...
Exactly. See, that's what I want this channel to be. I want it to be informative. It's not just limited to the series I talked about either.
Oh, yeah.
Any ideas for any sort of informative video, like... I might do automotive stuff as well, like cars and the history of manufacturers, things, just whatever I find interesting that I'm like, hey, I want to do an informative video on. Like, that's what we want this channel to be. And like, we're totally cool with like people coming in and working with us as long as.
Speaking of cars, I have a situation. What happened? What should I do if I'm at a movie theater and I'm watching cars?
Okay, hold on. No, I already know where you're going with this. Shut up.
Oh my god. But yeah, so that's something that we're working on. on my personal channel, I'm obviously gonna do like more of the. I mean, I have an update video. You guys can check it out if you want. I'm not gonna shill my shit for like 20 minutes here.
I
I'm
do
not,
have to do an update video. I don't like doing update videos unless it's something very fucking crucial. But I really
well, I
have
was
to
gone
make
for
an
a
update.
month because I couldn't speak.
I know,
so
I
I
know,
kind of
but-
needed to do it.
Cause dude, I've been gone for YouTube for like a year, man. Like, dude, like I don't have to let them know where I'm at. You know, I just post whenever. But the thing is, I do
Right.
have to make this update video because apparently, I know Grim has been mentioning it a lot. Okay, so yeah, my JoJo video, like recently, both parts have been exploding with views. Like I've been getting like I've been breaking records every single day, obviously, because it's like my most viewed video. And I think it's like my first part has like over 70K and my second part has over 20K. Which is
Speaking of which, if you guys want to check out what he's talking about, we'll have Killer here hyperlink it or whatever. We'll figure
Yeah.
Hyperlink.
it out.
if you want, if
Well,
you're
you could-
interested in that, I just it's just regarding all that stuff. But okay, so I did not expect to get those numbers. Okay, like the most I would have gotten was probably around 500 views. I would have been happy with 500 views, and I'll be done in there, okay? Because I'll be like, okay, yeah, this video's been successful because I featured a YouTuber who was pretty popular because he's known for one thing. And the reason why I made a part 2 was because a couple of people wanted to watch a part 2, and I just wanted to make them happy. After I released part 2, okay, because not a lot of people know this, but it's after I released part 2, that's when the video started blowing up for whatever reason. The algorithm was praising me, and apparently everyone's been watching it, and now I'm considered a JoJo YouTuber now. And I don't want to, and I've been considering of either going two paths. I've been considering of taking my channel to a JoJo direction and using the momentum I've got and gather an audience there, or just keep what I've been doing and just get no views. And I've just decided that I should just keep doing what I've been doing in the past and just get no views and earn my views, like start from the ground up. Because honestly, as much as those videos has got me like so much views and so much attention and all that, I'm really happy for that. I just don't feel like I deserved any of those views because that's not what the type of stuff like I want to do in the future. That's not what I did. Only did that because I just wanted to play a game with my friends and have fun and just mess around. You know, I just did it because my friend is a YouTuber who has a big channel, and I just wanted to like just feature him just for as a little game, just to treat his audience for that, you know, because he had a Discord community, you know, and I wanted to get people involved, but some stuff went down. Of course, you guys know what happened last episode.
Oh yeah, we did for fun.
Yeah. So like I've just been considering making an update video, just explaining to them like if you're just here to watch my JoJo videos, you're just gonna be really disappointed because like that's not on my priority list. I'm gonna explain to them why I've done this, explain to them how, and I'm gonna tell them like I don't expect these videos to get that many views. Honestly, I'm honestly surprised too. I'm like, how the fuck?
Oh,
did
dude,
this-
I feel you. Like, I'm just happy that, like, if I look Grim the Fang King up on YouTube, like, I show up. I'm just happy. I'm just happy for that, right? Like,
it's
I
just
show
that
up.
it's just the thing is that like I've having people. It's like, we're gonna do part 3. We're gonna do part 3. I just tell them it's like, oh, I'm here for JoJo, man. I'm like, I just reply to them. If you're just here for JoJo, you're gonna be awfully disappointed.
My
And they try to
personal
make
advice
it-
would be, like I suggested to you before, it would be cool to do more anime guessing games for like other anime
Yeah.
and stuff, and like I said, do like the just for fun, like the ones where like we give bad descriptions of anime and the others have to try to guess it. Stuff like that would be cool, and there's nothing wrong with in the future
Yeah, I don't
if you
mind
want to
doing
go
this.
and make a part 3. But like I think you should leave those options open, but just like
that's
make
what
sure
I'm
your
doing. It's
viewers
like
know,
I don't want
that's
this to be
not-
a main thing because if I do those guessing games, then my channel becomes a guessing game channel. And now it's like no, because like you mentioned before, like my best video. You guys said it. My best videos are my skit reviews where I've actually taken my time planning a script, acting all that stuff
Exactly.
out, reviewing
Yeah.
the game.
Those are quality videos. You guys really need to check out his skit videos. Like
Yeah,
I said,
it's
they're
like
really
those are
good.
the videos I'm really proud of, and I really want my channel to be successful because of that. Because I looked up to guys like JonTron, AVGN, like I looked up to like a lot of those YouTubers that have done that type of stuff, and I know those like that content is dead, but it's just something I enjoy doing, you know, like something
Yeah.
I've enjoyed.
Right, but
And
see, I think that's why it's a good idea to, like, you know, you can do other like little fun games with people like us and stuff on the side, and then whenever they involve things like the bad descriptions of anime, guessing game and stuff, like when you do stuff like that, it can bolster like your sub base, and they're gonna want to see your skits. But you want to make sure that like you're not making the anime stuff your main focus, like you said.
I don't like. I just don't. I'm just telling them now. I'm just gonna tell them if you're just here for JoJo, you're just gonna be very disappointed because that's not gonna be my main priority.
I mean, that situation's also kind of come up with my channel. I helped you with the second pilot, and some people came from that video, and I'm gracious of that, absolutely gracious that some of you guys came from that video. Yeah,
they just came for the wrong reason. Yeah.
But you look, I had never posted a JoJo video before. You're coming here expecting me to post JoJo videos all the time. You're obviously not paying attention to my other videos. I am 100% open, because I am going to be doing a review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1 Phantom Blood. I'm going to be doing a review of that, and I am open to the fact of making JoJo videos, but it's not going to be my main focus. My main focus is still going to be my my commentary videos. That's what I have the passion for. That's what I enjoy making. And I'm okay with making JoJo videos, because I love JoJo. But I also want to know that these people who are watching my JoJo videos are not just coming for the JoJo videos, and that's it. If they aren't fucking watching my other content and supporting me in other places, I'm not going to do it.
Right, like, I'm really thankful. I've gotten subs off of the video, too, and I've replenished the subscribers I lost after a certain drama happened that was out of my control that I had nothing to do with originally. But, you know, like, and those people, like, they've been really cool. They've been really receptive. Like, people know that my content is kind of all over the place. Like, I do what I want, and, like, I've been kind of known as this guy who, like, either they want me to do diss tracks or music, or they want me to do, like, drama videos burying people. And don't get me wrong, I have no problem doing that stuff, but I do it whenever I feel that somebody, like, I personally encounter deserves it. I'm not gonna be the guy who's sitting here making rice gum diss tracks. That's not, like, I'm not trying to build a platform off of that. I'm not doing this for money.
Honestly,
and,
and
don't get me wrong, I have no problem with JoJo and stuff. And in fact, I might even, like, I've even thought of doing some videos where I'm like, yeah, a normie, like, where I do, like, oh, normie watches JoJo, like, normie power scales, stuff like that, potentially. Where I, like, go through JoJo and I start talking about my honest thoughts and, like, my reactions to certain things. But, like, only if I feel, like, in passion to do so. And luckily the fans have been, like, the fans from, you know, Deadbolt's video, like, they've been really receptive to that fact, and, like, people aren't pressuring me to do that. But I totally understand where you're coming from, because, like, I get it, because, like, a lot of people expected me to do, especially in the beginning, whenever I came out with my original video. You guys know what it is. It's privatized. It's not up there anymore. But, like, people expected me to make content on that guy and continue, like, doing this thing. And a lot of people were, like, off-put by the fact that I didn't. And they're just like, oh, like, man, when are you going to make, when are you going to, like, you know, when are you going to do this?
To be honest, the reason why it's because it's like a dispenser, you know, kids run the whole thing, and the thing is, it's that kids want more. They enjoy something, they want more of it, because they want to have more. Because most of the audience is just children, so.
Even with mine, but even with my channel, the first video that really blew up, because I did upload, like, the microtransactions and podcast, something before it. But the real first one to blow up was the Sun's Icon one. And I had a lot of people telling me, when are you gonna make a part 2 for the Sun's Icon? When I never even intended being a part 2 initially. Like, I knew 100% that Sun's Icon was gonna respond to my video, because he's a fucking arrogant dickhead, and he couldn't go without it.
When I made my Sun's Icon, it was literally just a reaction video, because, like, I had went to watch his video while I was a part of all of that. Mm-hmm. And I made my reaction video just as like I didn't know what to expect. Like, that was all genuine reactions and stuff. And, like, I had never intended on making another part or talking about it further. I haven't, but he immediately turned around and fired at me. And then you came into the mix, found out everything that was going on. You made your video, which was supposed to be a one-parter, and now you and I are going to end up having to do another video on him together. Like it's one of those things.
Well, okay, it's not like I have to in this.
No,
we
but-
we could easily just walk away because he's like a little fucking ant compared to us. Like,
Yeah,
who gives
he's
a shit?
nobody.
Nobody gives a shit about
It's
him.
too fun not to do though.
The thing is, his content, his content is so fucking like he's accusing the league of telling Geekdom to like talk shit about who the fuck was it the Super Itachi when Super Itachi was fucking Super Itachi was the one going around like talking shit about Geekdom.
Yeah, there's a lot of and obviously like just so people are entirely clear on this fact, none of us are associated with the League of Darkness, League of Toxicity, Mad Black Atheist, any of those parties. Like, we have nothing against them. There's no drama.
Yeah, they're cool.
Like
you know, it's just we aren't associated.
I just want to make it clear that we're not associated with them, and we do not act on behalf of them, nor do we represent them in any way.
Yeah.
So don't take their content as representative of us. Don't take our content as representative of them. So when we talk about stuff like that, it's just what we've seen or like what's going on. Like it's pretty much public knowledge in the circles that we happen to like be around. Like we kind of know some of these YouTubers and stuff. Like, we've seen what has happened with them. So because we already have that pre-existing knowledge, we're able to like continue to follow like with the Senzai-Con situation. Like, since we know who he is from before, like, we're able to stay up to date on that stuff. And he did take more shots at me, which I just never got around to responding to, especially because of being sick and everything. So I want to turn around and respond to begin with, because, you know, he made an entire fucking little, like, he made memes and stuff, and like he literally made like that picture.
Oh yeah,
of,
the
like,
one
the
that I
middle
had
finger.
my video.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I never got the chance to like say anything about it, and so I feel that it's important to like. I feel like it's gonna be fun to do it and just tear them apart, roasted. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
can't wait for that.
I also have plans on making a video on somebody else. That was brought to my attention. I still don't know if I'm gonna be working with somebody on that video. But I totally want to talk about fucking dumbass Sims.
Oh, Sims. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do content on Sims. We can work
Okay,
together.
okay. Remember what I said about
think
me
all
not
three of
know
us
about
should.
that stuff? Actually, I told this to Killer. It's like I would actually help him on that because I have so much fucking details on
Yeah.
that little fucker.
Yeah, I was just gonna say all three of us should fucking just go in on him together.
Yeah.
honestly, because we all have our different perspectives. Like, I have my personal interactions and DMs with him. He's made videos about me and Deadbolt. Deadbolt has his own personal interactions and DMs with him. Like, we have different perspectives to approach this from. Because
Yeah. And then
Deadbolt
I'm
knew him
outside.
Deadbolt knew him from this point of view where Deadbolt was actually in the beginning trying to help this guy, and I was originally like just wanted to get rid of the dude. And so like we have very different perspectives on like at least as far as our personal interactions with Sims and all the things that happened. Because like it's pretty crazy. Like, me and Deadbolt were both there when he first arrived on the scene, and like we had mixed reactions to him, but Deadbolt, being the wonderful guy he is, reached out and tried to help this individual. And
Oh, trust me, he needs help.
Yeah, no, the kid is fucking mentally handicapped.
Yeah, I think if you guys want to do that, like, if you don't mind, I think the three of us could do that, and like you give our own.
I think the best thing about it is we make a video about him. He'll just make a video saying that we're bullies or something, and then try to quote unquote expose us with absolutely no evidence or anything like that.
He doesn't show evidence. He steals other people's content.
I will
This
say
kid
he gave
is
us
a
an
fucking
emote.
plagiarist.
I will say he gave us in the Clothespin server an emote, because whenever I discovered that I'm a Super
The Super
Saiyan
Saiyan one, yeah.
that was so funny. Like, I showed it to Deadbolt first, and he was like fucking crying of laughter. Like,
Oh my god, that's fucking cancerous.
It was so
was
bad, but it was hilarious.
so fucked. Yeah, it was so fucked. Like, we were dying. Like, yeah, no, me and Deadbolt had so many interactions with this kid. Like, we gave him so many chances. It's crazy, but I don't want to talk too much about it if we're gonna do a video. But
Yeah.
I would say that's a cool thing. Cause like, yeah, I know you guys talked about doing one together, and I had talked to Killer about doing one too. So, like, I think it would probably be easier if we just all three work on it together, so we don't have like Killer doesn't have to make like 6 fucking videos.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys, but
I mean, hey, that could potentially get me like what 6 weeks of fucking content.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing
Yeah,
too.
but-
Is, like, I mean, at least with it's fresh content, because the thing is that the one gripe I do have with commentary channels is that they always talk about the same old topics and the same old shit. Like, I think the day I stopped giving 3 shits about the commentary community was with the whole Tana Mojo situation with iDubbbz, and then like everyone reported on that shit like it was groundbreaking, and I thought it was just, oh, he just said the N-word, and it's like, what does this mean, guys? And like the content cop that iDubbbz did on Tana Mojo wasn't as impactful as the other ones, because everyone just talked about it and just beat that dead horse until like he even brought it up in his, like, he referenced it too. He was like, yeah, I'm too late on this, right? I was like, wow. Like, I thought that the whole content.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing with the master thing and all that, right? Like, Clothespins goes and does it, and then like 50 million other people do it. But like, that's what I love about like the way that we do our videos is the fact that like we're not picking on these massive channels everybody knows about already. Like, we're talking about these people that basically nobody knows about.
I mean, really bad timing for you to say that. I made my chills video the other day.
Well,
I mean, yeah, but that's
that's a
fine.
little different. But like, that's kind of fresh though. Not a lot of people give a shit or have made videos about him.
Yeah, and also a lot of people,
It's not like
a
you're
lot of my
talking
fans wanted to see it.
24/7, so you're good.
Yeah, it's not like you're jumping on a fucking bandwagon there, right? Like,
Yeah.
Chills is a meme that people like to meme, but it's not really. He's not really like this figure that people are like, oh, I gotta go and report on him because drama and views, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a little bit more.
now keep in mind, I brought up the Verlisify stuff as a joke, okay? Like, so like for all the people who are gonna comment like, well, you guys were just name dropping iDubbbz and Verlisify and all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, but do you see us making content about them? No. Like,
I
it's
would
just
say,
memes.
yeah, but I mean, this is a video. But I'm probably gonna put their names in the fucking tags with you.
Yeah,
Do
even
it.
though tags
Do
are
it.
proven to do
100%.
jack shit, but yeah.
I'll
But
put
yeah,
it in the title too.
you guys heard it here. The 3 of us are gonna be doing Sims, and for those of you who
The
don't know
Sims
who he
2.
is, I promise you, the video is gonna be worth watching.
Yeah.
Call the sequel Sims 2 Double
The
Deluxe.
stories that we have.
Double deluxe.
Honestly, I think it might be a good idea to do it in a format where like Killer, like, you ask us like questions about him, and like you ask us to tell like how did you first meet him and stuff, and then like that way like Deadbolt can give his perspective and I can give mine, and you can just have it, you know, like our individual experiences, and then where things overlap, like if we're dealing with a situation together where things overlap, then we can just, you know, obviously you don't, because we don't need to be redundant with it.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
doesn't-
it's
Well,
just
I mean, I
like, it's just be brief on that, you know.
I think you know me. I think you know me, and you know I like scripted content.
Exactly, right. So,
So
like, what I was thinking is like, you know, like you'd have like an audio bite where it's like Deadbolt's like, yeah, so I met him, he came in the Clothespin server, blah blah blah, and then like there would be a sound bite afterwards of like where you would post the question to me, and I'm like, yeah, this little fuck came into the, you know, and like this is my experience. I wanted him gone from day one, and you switch back to Deadbolt, and he's over there, and he's like, I was trying to help him. He seemed like a pretty good kid. He just wanted to, you know, bring some attention to himself, and then it switches back over to me. He was an annoying runt from the fucking beginning. He was a clout chasing, attention seeking whore, and I knew that. Like,
okay, it spaced me what the fuck you were saying for a second, and then I realized what you meant. Yeah, I think like, it would be a good format. Yeah, we'll talk about it after the podcast, but because I don't want to spoil things that we'll do.
Yeah.
But okay, so besides that, with my channel, like I said, I'll be doing the JoJo review here soon sometime. I still have to get that fully done with the script.
Right.
I have a script for a video on this guy named Searoth. He made a really dumb Super Smash Brothers video talking about the DLC. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on that because guy's fucking retarded. I have top 10 favorite stands in JoJo video, so if you guys do watch the my content, and then the JoJo video does well, I'll have another JoJo video ready. So,
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
keeping my word.
I did want to finish what I was saying before. What I would like to do with our informative video series and stuff, it would be really cool if we can get interviews with these people, right? So like when I do the day the music died or whatever, it'd be really cool if I could get like the lead singer of like the band to interview, to, like agree to like a Skype interview or something like that. Anything like that. It would be fucking amazing if we could do that. So like if we get like I'm hoping like if like in the beginning it might be a little harder, but I think once we gain more traction and exposure, it would be like easier to like get the attention of some of these people, right? So like reach out to these YouTube legends and reach out to like these band members, reach out to like the owner of these businesses that went bankrupt and they're deserted or whatever, or you know, whatever the fuck. Just like getting interviews with people, like, because that's something a lot of people don't have. You know, you'll see all these people like make these videos and it's like the truth about the evil Disneyland attraction, and then like they don't actually have interviews from the employees who were there. But imagine if you had that, right? Like you'd have so much more weight. Obviously, it won't start off necessarily like that, and we won't have like a million interviews or whatever, but still, it's an idea.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I have something else I was wondering in this podcast, and that's I used to be associated with another Discord server. I think I used to leave links to it in the description of my videos. And that is Hyrule GG. I have no associated with them. There's multiple reasons why I decided to leave. But the gist of it is poor handling of a situation that was the breaking point. But before then, there was just a lot of smaller things and me feeling like I was being pushed out. I definitely was 100% part of the in crowd for the longest time, but I started focusing more on my channel and talking in Clothespin server and all that, focusing on my own server, and focusing less on that server, and it seemed like I was getting pushed more into the out crowd because of the fact that I wasn't there as often. And so yeah, I just started to feel less welcome there. And then a situation happened where there was a raid. They knew ahead of time that that raid was going to happen. And they handled the situation really fucking shittily. They just told us as moderators, mute the people. I mean, not mute the people, sorry. Delete the freaking at everyone's that are being fucking spammed by the people who are raiding the server. And so by the time we could delete one of the fucking at everyone's, they already fucking posted like 3 more. So it's like, there's no real point in us doing that. And so I was just getting fed up, and I told one of the people who was doing that, I was like, I added them and I said, kill yourself. And then everyone started getting mad at me, saying I'm not making this better, which, spoiler alert, I fucking was making it better, because they stopped adding everyone and started adding me. I made it better for everyone else, so fuck off, guys.
You're the martyr.
I am the martyr. I took
JoBros
the fucking
podcast. The name of the episode should be Drama Alert at this point.
Sorry guys, I cuss you guys out and be like, you fucking bitch! I'm fucking right all the time! You don't know what you're fucking talking about!
I mean, obviously, I had friends in that server, 100%. Some of them are still in my server. I don't know how long they'll be in my server, because I said that I was going to clear out my server of people who are inactive. And nobody from that server has been talking except for one person. So I was friends with some of them. I told the owner who I was with that I was leaving. And realistically, do I regret leaving them? No, I don't. The large majority of the group was starting to act more and more childish, and it's not my type of shit to act childish. I definitely used to be like that. I won't deny I used to act like that, but come on, I make fun of I bully kids. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm a depressed bully. I don't. I'm not gonna be acting childish anymore. And the fact is, people grow up. I've grown up, and I'm not saying necessarily that Hyrule GG is bad good. If you guys ever do, stumble upon a link to Hyrule GG, join them. They're a good community, but I mean, I'm not going to have any association with because of just several reasons. I did have bad blood with one of their, I think it's admin or something like that. I had bad blood with him. Always hated that fucking guy. He definitely was a piece of shit. I hated him. He knows who he is. I think if he watches this, he knows who he is. But I have a lot of friends from there. And to the people who, if they do watch this, my friends actually did give a shit about me. Link in the description for my Discord, so if you guys aren't already...
Plug your merch, guys.
Plug my merch, guys. I don't have merch, I'm not good enough.
Speaking of no longer being associated with servers, for you guys who may know me from the debating circle of things for like anime versus and like real topics and political debating, stuff like that, I am no longer associated with Clyde server, aka Clyde the Weeaboo. He's just Clyde now. But so I was in the server. I was, friends with a lot of people there. I'm still friends with a lot of his mods, admin, things like that. There was some like crossplay during some drama that happened before. So you may know us for various reasons. My Hitomi, the Professor Hitomi pedophile video I did where we exposed him and basically bullied him off of Discord, that took place in Clyde's server. So for those of you wondering what happened, if you don't know, Clyde basically killed his server and revived it. He basically restarted his server in a way. So for those of you who were expecting like my Tournament of Power debates, because I was in Clyde's big debate tournament, the Tournament of Power, they called it. I had made it to like, I think either the semifinals or the finals against Scans. I can't remember which one it was, but I had debated my way through this tournament. I just got into like, I wasn't even planning on being in it. I got invited to be in it after debating somebody on there in like a halftime show type of thing. They were very entertaining debates. A lot of people wanted to see them. I don't think that the videos will ever be put up. They were recorded by this guy, Arson. I'm still friends with him. I'll ask him if he has the videos, like still if he's going to post them. But to the best of my knowledge, they're probably not going to get posted. The tournament was canceled. Basically, what happened was Clyde decided he was going to remove his server from being an open server that people could join, hang out, interact with him. Him and his friends, I guess, they came to this decision where his server was going to be basically a server for Patreon donors only. So basically, or premium subscribers, whatever. It's like if you donate $5 or $15 or whatever it is, you can be in a server. And a lot of us thought it was a joke. It wasn't a joke. He was serious. He got rid of everybody, excluding the people who have Gestapo role and above. So basically, anybody who's not like a moderator or more or personal friends with him got removed from the server unless they were premium subs. And that's just the decision he decided to make. I'm no longer in there. I was told I was gonna be given the Gestapo role and I was safe, but it didn't happen in time. I don't care. I have no hard feelings. I don't really have a desire to be there since like there's nobody there hardly anymore. But that's what happened. My personal thought process on it is that I'm kind of disappointed because I looked forward to the debate and I looked forward to a lot of the videos I was going to get and be able to do with some people there potentially. And I'm kind of disappointed because I feel like it's becoming a trend with a lot of YouTubers that obviously we all know by now YouTube is not the greatest place to have like one-on-one interactions with somebody that you like watch their content. So a lot of people turn to Discord and they create Discord servers so they can have like discourse and interact with their fan base. And I think making it like a perk of premium subscription and like only allowing people who pay to come in and speak to you, I think it's kind of bullshit. personally.
Yeah, it is. I think it's
Especially if you're already making damn good money off of it to begin with. I think it's kind of a bit much, especially when you have kind of built your name as one of those people who isn't a money hungry, like premium sub kind of guy. And I'm not throwing any shade at Clyde or Seth or any of those guys at all. But I personally, I'm disappointed by the decision. But yeah, so other than my voice being out, the reason that some of the stuff I did as far as like the debates and stuff before my voice gave out, the reason that hasn't been uploaded is because all of that went down. And so I'm no longer a part of that server or associated with most of the people there.
Well, you doing anything, Deadbolt?
Honestly, I don't, because I've never contributed, or I've never been in those servers before anyways. The only anime YouTuber server I've been in was Clothespins, and that's it. Like, I have no, like, involvement with the anime community, and that's hence why I brought up the whole JoJo thing, is because I don't want to be an anime YouTuber. I just want to stick with gaming, and I'm just happy with gaming, you know. Anime isn't my strong suit, you know. I'm not a huge enthusiast in anime. I watch it sometimes, but I just have nothing else to say. So I'm not. Hence why I didn't contribute. But
as for the Clyde Silver thing, yeah, I was in Clyde Silver for I think a month or two before it went private. I just hadn't really talked much until like the last few days. Like I started talking, and then like second day into me getting active in Silver, they said. Yeah, they said, like, there was the announcement saying, oh yeah, this is going to be starting, this server's going to be going private or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, bye everyone, I'm never going to again because I'm not paying for this shit. I think I agree with Glim. I think it's just fucking bullshit.
It is bullshit, though. I
make you pay for.
It's like a pay-to-win shit. Not even pay-to-win, it's pay-to-lose.
Yeah, it's pay to lose. You have to be associated with, like, Joel.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, what am I coughing for? Joel.
Jarrell didn't even pay to stay there. He's only there because he happened to get Gestapo before he got shut down.
He knows how to deep throat.
I do want to make a pledge, no matter how, if I do blow up, no matter how big I get, I will never be a pay-to-win guy. I do agree that people who are going to donate and take their time to premium sub to you and give you extra money out of their pocket, it's fine to have like perks for them. It's more than okay to say, hey, you know, like, I want to recognize the generosity of this human being by doing something for them. But that should not be a license to just say, well, I don't fucking care about the people who sub to me. I only care about the people who throw money at me. So I'm not going to interact with you or respond or reply to you unless you throw money at me. I think that just shows you don't care. That shows you don't care about the content you're making. You're not passionate about what you're doing on YouTube. You only give a fuck about money.
Welcome to YouTube 2019.
I might think that, like, I might think about it differently if like the person responds to the comments quite often. And I mean quite often, almost every single time. Like, and
for those people who go, well, some people make their living, the YouTube's their job. I understand. But especially when the person, you know that they're well off and that they're living very comfortably. But beyond that, like, even if YouTube is your career, if you have loyal fans, they're gonna donate to you. And if you're not getting enough donations and money from your fan base because they're not supporting you enough or you don't have enough views, then supplement that income with something called a fucking job. Don't be a greedy asshole who turns on your fan base and says, pay me or I'm not gonna fucking talk to you.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, like, I'm never gonna be like making Discord private or anything like that. I like having people join. I like being able to interact with my fans, and I also like it. I also kind of like it when no fucking dumbasses join, because then I can fucking meme on them before I ban them. So realistically, I don't care.
I mean, do you guys see somebody like iDubbbz turning around and going, "I'll make a new content cop if you pay me $1 million"?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't see that.
I mean, I wouldn't see him make another content.
Do you see
cop,
somebody
yeah.
like? Do you see Eminem like, "Yo, I'll drop another diss track on MGK if you guys pay me $100 million"? No, that doesn't happen. You know why? Because they are dedicated to their craft and they're gonna do what they want to do. It's not about the money.
It's the Twitch streamers that do that.
The Twitch streamers. Maybe if I had giant fucking D-sized tits, I'd actually like.
Right. I mean, it's totally fine for somebody like Mango to be like, "I'll do this stream once I hit 10,000 donations or whatever," but like,
I'll clap my ass cheeks on stream.
Right.
I think, well, fuck. There's another topic I want to talk about, but I can't fucking remember it. Save my life. Fuck. Well, do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Because I fucking forgot mine.
Let's talk about our feelings, you know. Why are we sad?
Why am I depressed?
Why are you a depressed bully?
Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about. So, yeah, I hadn't posted, besides, like, my last 2 videos, I hadn't posted in, like, 3 weeks. If anyone's wondering why I hadn't posted, I'm a lazy cunt.
So am I.
Okay, so the first week was my finals week. I had finals for some of my classes, and then the next week was spring break. I planned originally for spring break to work on a lot of my videos, but I ended up taking spring break just to fucking relax and like get my mind off of absolutely everything. I just played a bit of Skyrim and fucking just didn't care about anything. And then the week after that, there's really no excuse why I didn't make one that week. I have no real excuse. I'm just fucking stupid. I started to get sick at the end of the week, but even then, like, it was only just a little bit of a sinus.
I think as YouTubers, we could talk about how we feel about the media continuing to attack YouTubers.
Oh, fuck.
Streamers on platforms and things like that.
Honestly, I'm afraid of the day if I ever get large enough that the media will notices me. Because I bully children. And I admit, wholeheartedly, I admit I bully children. And they're gonna use that against me.
They'd be like, should children be watching this? Should children be safe on YouTube?
Children won't be safe on this YouTube.
The thing of it is the question is, so on the one hand, I think it is something to worry about. Like we saw what the New York Times did, calling fucking PewDiePie a Nazi like twice. But at the same time, and we know why, right? Like,
yeah.
For all those who aren't in the know about this, it's because the media has consistently, cable companies and the media and news networks over the years have lost more and more and more viewership because people are getting their news online, or they're going to streaming platforms and sources and things like YouTube, and people are getting their content there rather than paying, $400 for a fucking full cable network package and watching these clearly biased, clearly
Liars.
skewed media sources, also who produce less entertaining content. So YouTube in recent years have been blowing them out of the water. Like, and I don't mean just YouTube as a whole platform. I mean just people. I mean people like Joe Rogan, Steven Crowder, PewDiePie. These people get more views than the highest viewed, highest rated cable shows on average, right? And I'm talking about even daily, things like that. So with that being said, like, the media is obviously very threatened, and so of course they're going to run a smear campaign and try and discredit YouTubers and streamers and online news sources and try to get them to lose their credibility, so people go back to their regular scheduled programming, like the mainstream source of media. However, I'm not sure how much we're going to have to worry about that, considering how much the media is destroying its own credibility at an increasing rate. I don't really like to talk politics on YouTube, but everybody who knows about the Mueller report and all the collusion stuff, I'm not going to definitively come out and say, like, I'm taking a side or whatever, but it's pretty clear that...
we're talking about the Mueller report?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, fuck. How about we take... Okay, hold on. Because I actually want to talk about the Mueller. But let's take a little bit of a break, because I have to go take a piss.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll be taking a light break here, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna cut it out anyway, so I don't know why I said that.
To the viewers that's watching at home.
So again, guys, if you haven't checked out our sponsor, BetterHelp, please do.
All right, I am back.
All right.
I heard you mention before I went to the bathroom. Our sponsor. Remember, guys. Remember BetterHelp. It is a great company. Totally not a scam. Remember to use code KILLER.
Black Lives Matter, Pedophiles Anonymous, Antifa.
Remember to use code KILLER. That's code KILLER. KILLA. You get 25% off of your free trial. Alright. So we're gonna be talking about the Mueller report, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the entirety. We're gonna talk about the whole thing of the Mueller report.
Oh, this is fucking great. So for all of you that don't know, the Mueller report is a report of.
Well, I think we should preface it basically for those of you who live under a rock. Just to give a brief summary, the Mueller report is the culmination of 2 years of extensive and expensive research, which cost millions of dollars. It spanned 2-3 years, and it was basically to gather evidence against the POTUS, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to have him tried, possibly impeached for collusion with Russia. This has been a selling platform for news media and major cable companies for the past 2 years. If you have turned on a news network or happen to hear one in a Starbucks or wherever you are, and you've seen a news network, then you've probably heard the words Russia, Russians, Russian, Moscow, collusion, Donald Trump more than you ever thought you would in your lifetime. And basically, that entire string of investigations has come to a close. Was he FBI or CIA? I can't remember.
CIA, I believe.
CIA, right, CIA. So the CIA guy, Mueller, was the one heading this investigation. He finally released his findings in a document which has not been made public.
Actually, it was FBI.
Called the Mueller report. Is it public now?
No, I said it's FBI.
Oh, it is FBI. Yeah. I thought it was FBI. Damn it. Okay, FBI. Robert Mueller. Okay, you should just edit out the parts where we're guessing there. But so FBI agent Robert Mueller, he released his report to the courts. He has called for no new indictments, which means Donald Trump, any of his aides, any of his cabinet, his children, nobody is being brought up on charges of collusion. Okay, what that means is there is no empirical evidence that or any kind of evidence that leads anybody to believe that he was possibly colluding with Russia, which means he was not in cahoots with Russia to undermine the United States in any way, shape, or form. That includes rigging elections. That includes, destroying the economy. Any of these baseless claims that have been made by news outlets over the years, it's been basically confirmed to be false. Okay? So the fallout of that is that the Democratic Party, the left, who Robert Mueller was allied with, who he was, acting on behalf of a lot of people to, try and expose this great evil that was Donald Trump. They are pretty upset by the fact that there are no findings. And so they are now calling for an investigation of Robert Mueller because they either believe that he was bought off by Trump or he defected to the conservative party of the Republicans. Essentially, they're just pissed off. They're upset that there's no evidence of collusion. And this has kind of started a shitstorm because people realize they spent millions of dollars of taxpayer money on what Donald Trump and his party are calling a witch hunt. And people are pretty pissed off about the fact that, they were touting this collusion as absolute fact, as if Donald Trump was just waiting to go to prison, right? Like, this was like all, but they were all saying this is fact. He's a traitor to his own country, all this stuff, right? And now that that's fallen through, they're turning around and going, nope, we want a do-over. And on MSNBC, which is a network, Bill Maher came out and said, when he was asked about if he was disappointed over the Mueller report, he said, and I quote, "I don't need a report to know he's a traitor. I have a TV." So what he was essentially saying is, I don't care about evidence or facts. I am going to listen to the hearsay and the propaganda of my chosen political party and just choose to believe that this guy is a fucking scumbag of a traitor and that he's committed crimes against this country without any evidence. So that's the current situation.
I think honestly, this whole situation has made the left look even worse. Because before with the whole thing, okay, if what happened is the Mueller report came out, they said that there was no signs of collusion, and the left was like, oh, okay. People wouldn't have a big problem, but the left is...
Which, by the way, the left, before the report came out, the left said that one way or the other, whether they have their evidence or not, this is going to be the end of it. Clearly, because it didn't come out in their favor, it's not the end of it. So... yeah.
I mean, and the fact is, because of how they were handling this, a lot of people... I've talked to people on the left before, they were saying that there's no way they're going to be voting Democrat because of this, because of how they're handling this situation. There's evidence, there's no evidence that he was doing any of this, and yet they'll say, well, you may have investigated and spent millions of taxpayer dollars, but hey, we'd much rather spend more millions of taxpayer dollars, put this country more into debt, just because we want to be a little bit of a fucking pouty ass because fucking Hillary Clinton didn't win the election.
Yeah, and this is all really relevant to all of you out there, because whether you care about politics or not, there are some major ramifications and fallout of this situation that people really aren't considering. The first of which is the fact that this has kind of backfired on the left, and Donald Trump could very well use this as a campaign to help him in 2020 in the elections. Because people have grown disenfranchised with the Democratic Party over this fact, because that all this evidence points to it being false, and they're continuing to tout it as true, and as if somehow he fudged the results of this report as well. And they're demanding that the report be publicized, so that way, even though there's no evidence of collusion, they can still try to make Donald Trump or members of the Republican Party look bad by releasing findings and personal information about them. Like, I'm not going to say for sure, but like we'll just give a possible like example, right? Like a hypothetical. Like, let's say one of them texted Trump and was like, "Hey man, like that stripper party out in Vegas was awesome," right? They want that sort of stuff released too, so that way people sit back and go, "Wow, what a scumbag! They were hanging out with strippers." Like, that's not the behavior the president of the United States should have. Like, that petty, like that level of pettiness, right? Not that that's a thing. I'm not saying Donald Trump had a stripper party in Vegas. But I'm just this is a hypothetical, right?
I mean, I would.
Here's the thing about it. So, first of all, Donald Trump has actually not tried to fight or silence the media. Sure, he's made tweets venting his personal feelings about it, calling the news outlets in many cases the enemy of the people because they are intentionally trying to divide people and trying to like push this narrative to get the country to kind of turn on each other. And it's true. There's a lot of evidence to support that. I think guys like Tim Pool and Joe Rogan probably do a really good job of explaining it in depth, because I don't want to sit here for like 5 hours and pull up evidence and stuff like that. But regardless, so that's the one thing. The big thing about that is people talk about like how, oh, Trump's fascist, he's trying to suppress these stories. How? He hasn't released any bills. He hasn't charged anybody with anything. He hasn't tried to get people fired or arrested to silence the media, right? He's just let them run around. He has let the media run around and do what they want. And they have ended up shooting themselves in the foot, making themselves look bad. The only
time he did anything that seems to, that in my opinion seems suspicious, but in all honesty now I am like, it's not. Was when he fired the head of the FBI.
Which he did because of the fact that we had proof that he was biased, and him and agents under him had been talking with people to support the Clinton campaign by attempting to smear Trump. They'd also made very unprofessional statements regarding Donald Trump and the Republican Party that are unbefitting of agents of the FBI who are supposed to be, dedicated to national security.
Yeah, I mean, trust me. Yeah, I know he was fired for. At the time, Donald Trump fired him at the time that the investigation was starting, and he was heading the investigation. So people were like, "Oh, he's firing him because he's covering up," and Donald Trump really didn't help the situation. Because he did tweet that he'd fired him because he was investigating.
Right. We're not saying Donald Trump is necessarily
he's an idiot.
Eloquent guy. He's not the most eloquent guy. We definitely don't agree with everything he says or does. But I want to point out that rhetoric and policy are different things. So Trump may say like, "Oh, Trump could say something like, I don't like Mexicans," right? And
Trump could say, "Grab him by the pussy."
People go, "Oh, he's a fascist," right? But then if you look at his policies, has Donald Trump passed any policies that says Mexicans can't be in the country? No. All he's doing is enforcing pre-existing law. There are pre-existing laws way before Donald Trump ever came along that states that anybody who crosses the border without due process is to be like arrested and deported.
Oh yeah, by the way, also
all he's doing is enforcing that, right?
By the way, Bill Clinton did the exact same fucking thing.
Exactly. Now, the other part of this I want to point out is that Barack Obama did a lot as far as bills and litigation to censor the media, to keep sensitive situations under wrap. He used his power to do quite a few shady things that have been ruled unconstitutional or incorrect. He tried to actively suppress the media. Donald Trump hasn't done that. He's just let them run amok and do whatever they want. But this goes into another possible ramification. These people who are actively calling for Donald Trump's head and people who are like, calling him a traitor and things like this, these people who are literally like actively trying to like bring down the president of the United States, that could be considered fucking treason. If Donald Trump really wants to, he can try these people for treason.
I think the best thing to point out...
But he hasn't. But if he does, he's entirely justified. Because these are acts of treason. All this fake propaganda, that's treason.
I think the best analogy for it is that the left is Funimation and Donald Trump is big.
Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing. So let me go ahead and actually the left is more like Monica Rial and Donald Trump is big.
Yeah.
So here's how it impacts all of you who watch YouTube or all of you who are YouTubers. So MSNBC, after these statements, now have, like, I believe it was stated that they have the lowest ratings in history, that their credibility has been so damaged by this that many people who watch MSNBC stated they will no longer take it as a serious news source. And that's kind of a big win for a lot of YouTubers and people who watch YouTube who have been slandered by press and media for a long time because we are a competing source of information, right? We are the modern, like, online entity, and we compete directly with mainstream media. And it's kind of a big victory for us because whether you care about politics or not, the fact that these news outlets, listen, I thought fake news was ridiculous when I first heard about it, and I thought it was just like a hot button like phrase. I thought it was just like one of those
A good meme.
like I thought it was one of those things where it's like this is one of those buzzwords, right? A buzzword is what I thought it was. However, it's pretty much been proven that a lot of the tactics of news sources to, like, put out fake news or false information or not report on the entire story, like the people who reported on the guy getting shot in his backyard of his grandmother's house and stuff, they didn't release the body cam footage or show what actually happened where the guy was trying to commit suicide by cop. No, even when that information came out, many of these news outlets chose to run the story of an unarmed black guy gets shot at his grandparents' house even after they had the information available, and only later, after everybody had already watched the story, did they retract that part. But they did it at a time of the day when almost nobody was watching the news. So all these people are armed with false information because they don't know the whole story, because the news networks did something dirty and underhanded to incite racial tension.
Yeah. I mean,
And these types of things have proven that false news is a lot more than a meme. It's truth. There is such a thing as false news. It's propaganda. It's just like how everybody jokes about, like, oh, we don't really want to talk about this violent shootout that happened. So tonight at 10, 5 ways your dish detergent could kill you. It's that meme. It's literally like, that's the truth. These are tactics that the news media uses. And the way this is good for YouTube is that now that they've lost credibility, their slander against YouTubers and people on online platforms has much less weight. So now people are going to look to guys online and gals online, and people are going to look to other sources of news because they realize that the news network that they're getting their information from and their news from is corrupted and tainted.
I mean, even a good example of this is like the whole Smollett case. Like the left media is trying to say, like, oh well, he's that hate crime obviously happened. Then we take trial. He wasn't taken to trial because he made an agreement. He made an agreement to pay a fine and to do community service.
Now that's something I want to talk about too. I don't know if it's Donald Trump personally, but at least if not Donald Trump, at least somebody in the Republican Party who is in a position of authority has talked about possibly launching an investigation into the Department of Justice, because it's interesting that this was a big ticket trial, and this was going to be, the Josie Smollett thing was going to be a huge focus. And then as soon as it comes out that there was no collusion, and the Mueller report reveals that, hey, there are going to be no indictments against Donald Trump, suddenly, at the very, right after, is when Josie Smollett gets let off with a slap on the wrist. Yeah. Which seems, and then of course the media takes their attention away from, oh, there was no collusion, to, oh, Josie Smollett. Which seems kind of convenient based on the fact that we know for a fact that news media has used tactics like that to divert people from things that would reflect negatively on their political party.
I mean, yeah, they did it all the time during the election with Hillary.
Exactly. So it's very possible that the whole Josie Smollett controversy, the only reason that the ruling was done the way it was to stir up so much anger and press over that people would kind of gloss over the fact that, hey, the left was wrong and wasted all of your money.
Yeah, not to mention the Smollett situation. If it wasn't that, at the very least, it was because he was a rich man.
But you don't hear anything happening to the people who bullied the MAGA hat kids.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, with the Smollett situation, it's either one of two things. It's either political corruption, or corruption because he was able to pay them money. He's a rich person. Because anyone else faked that hate crime, they're gonna be doing time in jail. He didn't.
Yeah, it's absolutely 100% a miscarriage of justice, right? That's another little buzz term. It's definitely a miscarriage of justice.
I agree.
The guy is being let off totally easy for no reason, right? And it's definitely wrong, but I also don't think that we as the people should allow that to detract from the fact that we have blown the doors wide open and that we have exposed the corruption of the left.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, this trial.
So for the viewers, I would like to point out something. I don't own firearms. Okay, I don't fucking chew tobacco. I don't drink fucking Budweiser. I don't go out hunting. I don't think that it's cool that schools get shot up. I don't agree with everything Donald Trump says. I don't worship the guy. I don't think, like, I'm telling you that I had no bias.
I mean, personally, I didn't want Donald Trump in.
Like, personally, I don't like politics in general. I think most politicians are corrupt. I think our entire system of government is flawed not because the system doesn't work, but because the people that we have in positions of authority are old and antiquated, and they don't understand issues below them that impact people who aren't them. And I think that it's flawed. Now, granted, so I had no bias. Like I said, when all this started, when Trump was elected, I thought all this was buzzword bullshit. I thought everything was going to blow over. I thought, oh man, this is just like reality TV stuff. But if you look lately, things have escalated to a crazy point. You have the left trying to silence people, guys like Ben Shapiro going to speak to students. You have deans of respected colleges doing scare tactics and like calling for violence against speakers like Ben Shapiro or students who go to listen to him. You have situations where SJWs are trying to get people thrown in prison if you say something that anybody could deem offensive. I could say I don't like carrots, and somebody could say I identify as a fucking carrot, so you're going to prison now. Like, that's the level of crazy that we're getting to. In Canada, they've already like criminalized hate speech to where, like, if you're like fuck you to somebody, you could serve prison time for that, which is pretty crazy considering one of our constitutional rights is freedom of speech. So as this goes on and these things are happening and you learn that the news is manipulated, you learn of all this crazy stuff going on, the left has made itself look so bad that after hearing all these things, I've been getting whiplash from my head, just turning around going, what? What did you just say? What just happened? And I've gotten to the point where you can go ahead and call me a fucking conservative. You can go ahead and call me Republican, because I cannot stand the level of corruption of the left. And I dare you to try to point out corruption on the right. Go ahead and point out to me how if Donald Trump's policies or enacted bills or laws are somehow criminal, fascist, or unconstitutional. Go ahead.
I mean, okay. I want to say right now, since we are saying a disclosure here, I myself, I do identify as conservative. I did not personally want Donald Trump in doing the primaries. I wanted either Jeb Bush or the Zodiac Killer. Yes.
Jeb Bush, the Zodiac killer.
Are
Are you talking about Bernie Sanders?
No, Bernie Sanders. Fuck Bernie Sanders. Fuck. Who was it? Ted Cruz. Yeah, he's a Zodiac killer.
You know who I want in office? I want fucking Trey Gowdy, man. Have you seen him?
No, I want freaking Pinchacudo in office.
No, so Trey Gowdy is a member of, I can't remember if it's the Senate or House of Representatives or something like that, and he's like out of, I think, North or South Carolina, something like that. I'm probably like I don't know a lot, but I saw this video where he was at like a house court or something, and they were questioning people. You remember Benghazi, right?
Yeah.
So he had people from the whole Benghazi thing up on the stand, and everybody was asking them questions, and they were pretty much like, oh, we don't know, and they were just like stuttering and like trying to make themselves look good. And Trey Gowdy, this like well-dressed like dude, just stands up and is like shut the fuck up, stop lying, and just spit it the fuck out. You are under fucking oath, tell the goddamn truth. Like, just going off on these guys, like getting results. Like, this dude's walking around the courtroom like Phoenix fucking Wright, Ace Attorney, just fucking like, listen here, we are gonna have the fucking truth. I don't care whose fucking toes I gotta fucking step on. Like, stop covering for the fucking Clinton party and fucking, own your shit. People died because of you, like trying to cover it up and all that shit. And like he got to he was busting out facts, busting out footage, busting out like real evidence. And these people were just like almost in tears, like, oh my God, like we're fucked,
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is a man who gets shit done. I don't know who he is. I don't know what party he's with, but man, I'm assuming he's Republican. But man, with a guy like him in office, like he doesn't fucking pull no punches. He just gets straight to the goddamn point.
Now, to finish my point of what my views, after the primaries were over, and it was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I sided with Donald Trump. I was hashtag Make America Great Again because Hillary Clinton is the worst choice for president. Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing, right? It's not even about like, oh, Donald Trump is the best candidate, right? It's about the fact that Hillary Clinton was literally revealed to have done something illegal during the campaign. Like, she was tampering with evidence. She deleted emails. She was leaking state secrets. Like, these are all punishable offenses, and they were proven to be fact, and she got away with it. Okay? Donald Trump, the most that people are saying about him is he said some mean things about women and Mexicans. Okay, that's pretty shitty of him, but those aren't punishable offenses. He didn't break the law.
With the whole, he said something offensive, grab her by the pussy thing. He said that in a conversation in private, as a joke. If you want to,
even if he was totally serious. Remember, just because you say something horrible doesn't make you a horrible person. You know what makes you a horrible person? Actively engaging in criminal activity to fucking subvert the government.
And you know what makes somebody a horrible person? Being responsible for people's deaths and then denying that you're responsible for people's deaths. That's why I don't like Hillary Clinton.
Here's the other big thing. Again, suppression of the media, right? Barack Obama. Called Edward Snowden and Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks guy, and Edward Snowden, actively called them traitors, witch hunted them to try to get them arrested and prosecuted for treason, for leaking classified information. The information he leaked was the fact that Barack Obama was unconstitutionally spying on every American citizen for no reason and spending billions of dollars to do it. If anything, Edward Snowden is a true journalist, and that's suppression of the media. You don't see Donald Trump talking about, like, we need to go get that Ed Snowden guy.
Yeah, honestly, Donald Trump probably doesn't even know who Snowden is.
Donald Trump probably, like, thinks that's a witch hunt just like everything else. And in fact, I think they're like, getting ready to, like, rule that unconstitutional as well. I know a lot of people are advocating for it. They've ruled the Affordable Care Act under Obama unconstitutional. You know, the law that forces you to pay for a government-issued insurance, which costs you an arm and a leg that you can't afford. Yeah, that unconstitutional act where you're forced to purchase something, or the government fines you and takes away your hard-earned money that you're supposed to get back for taxes. Yeah, that law, that unconstitutional law.
And I think something also with the Affordable Act that a lot of people understand. Most of the people who actually have other health care, the Affordable Care Act is not affordable. It is not affordable at all.
It's not. Even those people who are low income based, like I remember not even having a job and trying to go apply for that right before I was about to start working somewhere else, and they wanted like $500 a month, and I'm like, I can't fucking pay that. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Also, in all of this, so I would just stress that, whether you love him or hate him, Donald Trump's the president of the fucking United States. And being the president of the United States of your country, you need to show the guy a certain level of respect. So that hashtag not my president bullshit, well, then I guess you're not a citizen of the United States, so you can just get deported with all the other illegal citizens, right? Because if you're a citizen of the United States, guess what? Newsflash, he is your fucking president. Deal with it. Just like all of us would have to have dealt with it if Hillary Clinton was our president.
Yeah.
All these impeached Donald Trump idiots. Guess what? He's still here.
I mean, you wouldn't, if Hillary Clinton won, we wouldn't see all these people. You wouldn't see people from the right rioting in the streets and doing all this shit that the left is doing and getting away with it.
Exactly. The FBI. You know what? Proud Boys getting banned from Twitter, right? Twitter has proven they have a left bias, by the way. If you haven't seen the Twitter people, the owner of Twitter and his little head of legal team, if you haven't seen them on the Joe Rogan podcast, seriously go watch it. It's a shit show. It proves that Twitter is left biased. They even admit to it, right? They talk about how they removed the Proud Boys, who are a conservative group, because they incited hate speech or whatever, or harassed people, right? And she tried to say, the head of legal tried to say that they were labeled a terrorist group by the FBI. Tim Pool was quick to disprove that and say, no, they were not labeled a terrorist group. And she's like, oh, really? I didn't know that. I guess we need to research it. Mind you, before this interview, before this podcast, at the beginning of it, they stated that they had all the research they needed and that they had researched everything extensively before being questioned.
Okay.
But hold on. But yeah, so not only that, but after that happened, right? So not only did they admit that, but they also admitted that Antifa was still on their website, which has been labeled a terrorist group by the FBI.
Yeah.
And they stated that they couldn't ban Antifa accounts even if they called for harassment or violence because they were quote unquote decentralized. Let that sink in.
Yeah, sure, but ban my account because I signed up for Twitter before I was fucking 13. Makes sense. I want to try to get off this stuff because we've been going on for a long time. But there was definitely a lot of politics stuff that we could talk about at some point later on. But we've been going on for pretty long, and I want to get one more topic in because I didn't have an update video to talk about this. And I want to, get this off of here.
I feel bad for Deadbolt. He's just over there, and he's like, I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, hell no. Yeah, dude. You saw what happened with fucking John Chun, right? You go political, there goes your fucking career.
I don't give a fuck. What career do I have, boy?
We have no careers, though.
You guys are fine. If I say one thing, okay, you know what I was going to say? You know about Robert Mueller? You know what? Forget him. All we need is Ferris Bueller.
Okay, good.
Actually, it's really funny because whenever somebody talks about the Mueller report, they mispronounce it Mueller. I'm just like Mueller.
All right. I do have one thing. Okay, I'm gonna get political right here. Okay, I'm so pissed off at Obama. Right? They labeled him as the first black president. You know what? I'm mad because you know who was the first black president? Fucking Bill Clinton. All right. Your homeboy got his dick sucked in office.
Monica, I got a cigar under my desk, Monica. Why
he was the first. This man, true right here. Okay, I can't say that. True homie right there. True homie right
we were never gonna be monetized in the first place. You're fine. You're fine. I knew that was gonna happen at some point. I knew he was just gonna drop that. Like we did warn you at the beginning of the video that Deadbolt's a racist. So
I know, like I'm not denying it. So he a true homie there.
God, you're giving me more work to do with the editing.
He
God
fought-
damn it!
He fought for our
he's a
homies,
real
you
brother.
know.
No, you gotta leave that in. That's a gold.
You
You can just beep it out. Just
Yeah, that's
beep
what I'm
it
doing.
out.
That's what I mean. I have to freaking edit that. I have to edit that out and beep it out.
You should have heard while you were while we were in the
Oh, I'll heal. Trust me, I will heal.
Yeah, when you were in the bathroom and we're just sitting there like throwing out sponsors.
Fuck it, I'll
Mostly
heal.
me.
But there's one last topic I wanted to talk about because
Better help.
no, not BetterHelp. Fuck. One last topic I wanted to talk about, which was my last video, but 3 videos ago, I was the fuck. What the fuck was the video even called? Let me pull it up here. It was the Big A Gaming, that bullshit. It says part 1 in the video.
I am not associated with that guy, by the way. He threatened to like release a video and name drop me like we're friends. I'm not associated with that. He's talking about like how I helped him with a guitar or something back before like we knew he was a scumbag, and he's gonna like shout me out. Like I'm not friends with him.
Okay, so it says part 1 on that, but I'm not gonna be making a part 2 because of several reasons. The first one, the main one, is the fact that I know somebody in this situation is fucking lying to me. It's either him or it's his I'm not gonna fucking hide the anonymity of the person who I got the information from. It's either him or it's his girlfriend. I don't know if they're still dating or not, but
Android 18.
yeah. One of them is lying.
So actually, yeah, I would really appreciate it if you went into a little detail with that and explained to them exactly what she did, like after the fact, and like your brief conversation with them.
I'll explain that.
Other than her stealing my, she literally came into my server like this big victim and hung out for like 5 minutes. Then she took the entire layout of my server, including the channel names and the roles that I created, and copy pasted it into her own server. She literally ripped off my server. Like, that's how lazy she is. I just want to point that out.
What the fuck did you fucking say about my server, you little bitch?
Not you fucking chode. You don't have a server.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead and explain in detail that situation.
Okay, so what happened after the video was, I got, I think it was good. I think the Big A Gaming commented on my video first.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, Android 18 stole my server. She stole the template, the channel names, like the roles, everything. And yeah, Gogeta messaged me. I'm not his friend. I have no association with him. And he turned around and stole Killer's name. He changed his Discord name to Killer Goj memes the Stardust. Which is Killer Queen memes the Stardust. Memes the dust.
Okay, so a little bit of something to say here. Yeah, I was fucking recorded up. We caught it, luckily, before we started going too far into the topic.
5 minutes.
We are 5 minutes into the big fucking whoop. So I didn't know about him changing his name to, him quote-unquote stealing my name or making fun of my name. I don't know what the fuck he's wanting to do with it. I don't know what he is doing with that. I didn't know he did that.
If you want to, you can go ahead and post the screenshot.
Oh, yeah, I'll post it.
So people can see that I didn't message him back. I'm not his friend. Him name dropping me on videos or whatever. Like, no. Like,
yeah. And I didn't know he changed his name to that. And now that I do, originally I said I wasn't going to make this of the video. I am making the second part of the video. Because...
And he's going to release audio recording of a call he had with Gogeta and Android 18. And just to preface that, so before the contact happened, because Killer was talking about he didn't know how initial contact was made, Android 18 came to him in DMs and was talking about how Gogeta was bullying her to, like, not to, like, retract her story and say she was lying and he wasn't encouraging her to self-harm and abusing her and all this stuff. So she was telling us that he was trying to force her to collude with him. Collusion, guys. There is collusion confirmed. But she was basically telling us that he was trying to force her to go back on his side. And then yeah, Killer gets summoned into a call with the two of them.
It's my story. Why can't I tell it?
Yeah, I'm saying go ahead and tell it and include the part where she suddenly fucking changed sides.
Okay, I just got information from penis and also dick and balls.
I swear to God.
So apparently they have broken up. I don't care. They're both assholes. So let me get to the story. Okay, so I got summoned into that call.
Hold on. I don't care if you changed her server so it wasn't a carbon copy of mine. I'm glad that like you have such a massive crush on her and you want her to be your girlfriend and all, but like she did it to begin with. She's just as bad as Gogeta. Like after, not just because she copied my shit. Like I don't even really. It's not even that big of a deal. I'm not calling you Jarrell. Relax. But it's not even that it's that big of a deal, but it's just like the scummy shit she pulled, like with the switching sides and lying about different things. So.
Yeah, I mean we'll get to that. Also, by the way, before anyone thinks that Glim's talking to me, he's not. He's talking to somebody who is sitting in on the podcast. And if you want to sit in on the podcast, join my Discord. Whenever we have a podcast, you can sit in and. Nice plug.
Yeah, you'll just be in like they're talking in text chat, which is why.
Yeah. So anyway, I got dragged into this call with them, and so the first thing Gogeta says is, I just want to talk to you, I don't want you to record this, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I said to him straight up, just so you know, I did get, I think I even clarified in the recording that I got his permission to, but I said to him, that, I don't trust you to not record yourself. So I am wanting to record. That way, it's a little bit of a safety net for me, so that you can't say, "Oh, I don't want you to record," and then actually record, and then chop it up, and then make like a video making me look like an asshole or something, and leaving yourself out of it. So he agreed to that. He let me record that. And originally, I was going in there with the intent fully of just telling him the truth of what I know. His girlfriend at the time, 18, was in there. Was in the call too, and she said he asked her straight up if any of this stuff is true, and she said she sided with him. She said no. So at that point, she definitely is lying in some point. Either she's lying to me, or she's lying to him. No matter which way she's lying, though, it makes me look like an asshole. And then, I put my name out there on the line.
Well, not just you. She put herself out as a victim to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean on YouTube. She put her name out there as a victim to a lot of us. She came to all of us, like a lot of us, and crying about the situation, about all this. But the fact of the matter is, I put my name on the line, putting myself out on YouTube, making that video, to try to defend her and try to let her voice be known. And her voice could have been fucking lying like a little bitch, or she could have just been lying to him to save his ass and making me look like a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, and right before that call, she had not right before, but not too long before that conversation between them happened, she was DMing and talking to us and being like, "Oh, he's trying to force me to switch sides," and like say that it wasn't true. Then he goes into this call and she says in front of Killer, "Oh, it's not true."
Well,
So
okay.
either he bullied her into it, which makes him a bigger piece of shit, or she's just being a manipulative slut.
Okay, Big Red, the reason why I get into this shit, I did not want to fucking get into this shit. Look, with this thing, I had the full intention, with this podcast, of just saying, the situation has been resolved. But with him doing that little bitch-ass thing with his name after the fact, after we had worked things out. Nah, he's trying to fucking do more shit. I'll even talk about his little fuck-ass fan, too. So...
His fan is just probably an alt account of him, or 18.
Well, no, I got in a call. I also have that recording, too. So, with the conversation with his at the time girlfriend, you know, at the point that she sided with him, that was when I got fucking pissed internally. And yet, I still was like, you know, not gonna say that it was her that gave that information. I was being a good person at that point. But the more and more that conversation went on, the more and more I was getting tempted to say that it was her that was giving me the information. I was so fucking tempted. But I never did. Then finally, a little fuck-ass fan of his, I guess. Apparently he has fans. Don't know how he can have fans when he makes shit content.
Probably his friend, but yeah.
Yeah, probably a fucking friend who just plays.
Probably because he came out on the internet and claimed he was gonna die.
Oh, yeah!
Like Extreme Gamers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but his little fuck-ass friend commented on the video and was like saying, oh, you know, you got this wrong and this wrong, making different points and like making accusations, whatever. And then said that he was gonna make a video explaining me. And so I went and promptly went through each one of his points and fucking dismantled them hard as fuck. If I can find the comment, I will quickly read through it. If I can't, then whatever.
I read it. It's fucking autistic, but
it is really autistic. If I can find it.
I need to hear this because I did not see this.
Literally, like,
Okay.
I would slap the shit out of his fucking English teacher if I ever fucking meet her.
Okay. So the kid said, alright, I got a lot to fucking say about it. This video was a mess. You spent a lot of time repeating yourself about the lies and the things that you had no proof to back up. I'll read all of this, and then afterwards I'll read my rebuttal to it. Then he said, you could also have talked to Gogeta in private, but instead you insisted on trying to mage profit. What the fuck? Learn fucking English, you little piece of shit. Mej profit out of your friendship with him. You also show hypocrisy and contradiction in your statements. You basically stated. Also, by the way, can I just say that he can't even freaking he can't even spell make, but he can spell hypocrisy.
He's using a thesaurus. He's
Yeah,
using that wrong.
I would also like to point out before all the drama, we all tried talking to him privately on Discord and we didn't record the entire investigative session that took 4 hours of our lives where we figured out that he was fucking lying about his surgery, by the way.
It's spaced on mine to record it. It was on close. We investigated it there. And in fact, I even mentioned that in my video. But anyway. So, where the fuck was it? You basically stated that Gogeta didn't have the right to take a break from his grandma's passing, and his surgery, but yet you took 2 weeks off because your grandpa's passing. Yet again, I'm sorry for... Also, by the way, can I say yet? He said yet again, I'm sorry for your loss, but you never mentioned it in the first place, so it wouldn't be yet again.
So it's a no. No, I'm just kidding.
Invalid.
Or your grandpa just died, or your family member just died twice, you know.
Yeah.
Because yet again they died.
No, I mean, he said again because, like, he's saying, oh, again, I'm sorry.
No, I know, but based on his bad English.
Based on, who knows what he means. He's fucking autistic. Anyway, sorry for your loss, as I also lost my gramps 1 year ago, yet fucking shit. He doesn't even have any periods either. Like, super fucking hard for me to...
You want me to read it?
It's a giant run sentence.
It's just like a... Yeah, it's a... There's not even a period at the end! No, fuck, I'll read it.
It's a run-on sentence that has no ending.
Yeah, I can read. I'm good at run-on sentences.
No, I got it. I'm already this far into this. I'm already this far into it. I might as well.
I mean, you can just cut it, so, but yeah, just go on.
No, fuck you. 1 year ago, again, I took no breaks from nothing. Fucking yet again. I took no breaks from nothing, and my dad was only allowed 3 days to take 3 days.
What?
Yeah, he's trying to equate me taking a... Hold on, I get to that point. I get to that point when I reply. But, yet again, you said... Yet again, fuck. Yet again. I never
Yet again, he
realized...
says yet again.
Yet again! Yet again, you also said Gogeta was trying to get clout from, his disease. I don't think he spelled disease right.
You need to screenshot this and put it up in the podcast video as well.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I
That's what I'm saying. Let me read it, faggot.
Fuck you! But I think crying for 2 weeks about someone's passing is closer to that... What the fuck? Okay, let me read that again, because I fucking... My mind did not know what the fuck I just
After you're done reading his part, I do want Deadbolt to do a reading of it, just because I want to hear it.
Okay. Yet again, you also said Gogeta was trying to get clout from his disease, but I think crying for 2 weeks about someone's passing is closer to that. Okay, now you can pick up from there, Deadbolt.
Is it screenshotted?
You want me to fucking baby?
Yeah!
Little big baby?
Screenshot it, fucking dumbass! Like, dude!
Fuck you!
Like
I thought you
Minecraft.
already had my comment section pulled.
No, I read it
Didn't
before.
stop.
Jesus
I'll
Christ!
put it. Stop yelling at me, guys! You're
Christ.
being mean. I'll put it in
Yeah,
staff. There you go.
get faggot.
Fucking kill yourself.
Dick, you shove it in your mouth.
Kill yourself.
All right. Should I read from the beginning or should I read from where you left off?
Read from where I left off. It's
Okay, where did you left off? Because I was.
You also.
All right. You also. Okay. All right. I'm just looking at it. All right. So wait, is it yet again? You also said Gogeta was trying to get clout from his disease, right?
Yeah, yeah, I read that part. It's the one after under that.
Okay. I'll start from yet again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, and I lost my grandpa 1 year ago. Yet again, I took no breaks for nothing, and my dad was only allowed to take 3 days. Yet again, you also said Gogeta was trying to get clout from his disease, but trying crying for 2 weeks and someone passing closer. That you also stated that you had no contact with his GF
Jesus
ever. Also, you
fucking
basically
Christ,
said
hold
later
on,
that you
hold
were
on.
reached there out when you
Jesus
were
Christ.
on there, buddy. But unrealistic, I find it completely normal that he didn't know anything about the surgery besides the fact it can't kill, and it's not something the heart since he ain't no doctor. The age lying is something completely irrelevant. Your subs also do that for them to have a fucking YouTube account. Overall, this shit is fucking shady. You fucking shady.
read
I'm
it
looking
like you
forward
wrote
to
it
talking
with
about this
no-
incident on my channel.
With no
Jesus.
pauses. So basically, what he said was, this video is a mess. You spent a lot of times repeating yourself about the lies, and the thing is, you had no proof to back it up. You could have also talked to Gogeta in private, but instead you insisted on trying to mage profit out of your friendship with him. You also show hypocrisy, which he spelled hypocrisy wrong, so he does not know how to spell hypocrisy. He spelled it hypocrisy.
I never even freaking
In
hypocrisy.
contradiction in your statement, she basically stated Gogeta didn't have the right to take a break from his great-grandma's passing and his surgery, but yet again, you took 2 weeks because of your grandpa's passing. Yet again, I'm sorry for your loss, as I also lost my grandpa 1 year ago. Yet again, I took no breaks from nothing, and my dad was only allowed to take 3 days. Yet again, you also said Gogeta was trying to get clout from his disease, but I think crying for 2 weeks about someone passing is closer to that. You also stated that you had no contact with his girlfriend ever, although you basically said later on that you reached her out, that you basically said later on that you reached her out. So where do we go from there, buddy? This is also unrealistic. I find it completely normal that he didn't know anything about the surgery besides the fact that it can kill and that it's something for the heart, since he ain't no doctor. The age lying is something completely irrelevant. Your subs also do that for them to have a fucking YT account. Overall, this shit is fucking shady. You are fucking shady, and I'm looking forward on talking about this incident on my channel yet again.
Alright, let me read it like dramatic, okay? Alright?
God damn it, no, we're done
I
reading
got a
that
lot
one.
of fucking say about this shit.
Deadbolt, Deadbolt. We already read it. Deadbolt.
This video was a mess.
This
Yeah, I don't know why
podcast-
you read it 3 times, okay?
The podcast is gonna be like 3 hours long from us reading this. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I fucking read it as fast as we can, because it's taking too long.
Okay, let me read the fucking points that I made against that. Okay.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So, first, I will admit that I could have presented more evidence, but I held back on any evidence. But I held back on any evidence that my source didn't want me to use in my video. I did make mistakes there, I will admit. Second, I don't need to reach out privately to Gogeta, but even if I did... Can you fucking stop interjecting with it yet again? I mean...
yeah, boy! Shut the fuck up, faggot!
Shut up before I slap you with my dick!
Yet again!
Okay, but even if I did, we had a conversation about the surgery and clothespins on the Discord server, along with a few other moderators and admin. If you don't want my word for it, I have 2 other admins from that server on the JoBros podcast that were there during the questioning. Like I said, though, I have no obligation to reach out privately to anyone I talk about before I do so. Third, I made no profit out of our friendship with him. I can't even monetize my videos yet, so how would I make a profit? Fourth, there was no problem with him taking a break. The problem was him saying that he, Christ. Sorry, wall of text always fuck with me. I'm dyslexic. So,
you rate that then.
The problem was him saying, he doesn't think he'd, fucking Christ. That's why I double space my
Can I read it? This
Fuck
time
you.
I'm not gonna fucking speed read it.
Suck my dick. The problem was him saying he doesn't think he'd be back at all, and getting attention from that. Fifth, I don't see the point of bringing up you not taking a break when your gramps passed away. It's irrelevant. If you're wanting to make the point that 2 weeks is a long time away, YouTube is something I do for fun, so I have no obligation to make videos. Sixth, I never said anything publicly about my grandpa passing until this video. Only people that knew about that were people in my Discord server, who I told once, and my staff, who I told twice. Once after it happened, and a week later. Also, that isn't even what clout means. So you should look it up before you speak. Seventh, I hadn't had contact with his girlfriend before the podcast was uploaded. I added her on Discord and intended to message her about it before the podcast, but I didn't have the time. The first time I talked to her was after the podcast, when she was contacted. When she contacted me about Gogeta's claims, I had her personal information. Eighth, if someone makes claims that a potentially fatal surgery potential fatal surgery and can show no evidence when asked about it, let alone name the surgery, what it was for, and what the procedure would be, then yes, it's highly suspicious. Ninth, I look forward to your video. I don't expect much from someone who has Fortnite content on their channel, however. Okay, so
I just have to point out that I'm highly disappointed that you didn't capitalize yet again and stick it in there somewhere.
I never noticed the first time reading through that he had yet again
You didn't notice the first time reading through.
I'll be honest.
Yet again 12 fucking times.
I'll be honest. With little acoustics like him, I don't fucking pay attention. The structure of the fucking. Also, by the way, with how poorly structured that was, I find it fucking very funny that he's saying that all my subs have to lie about their age on YouTube. Yeah, I think somebody else is lying about their age. They can't even fucking spell make. Fucking Christ.
This is what happens when you release YouTube on a fucking Android or iPhone. You get little shits like this.
You see, this is what happens when you don't vaccinate your kid.
This is what happens when your kids are. No! Stop, Deadpool! Stop being racist! Stop being racist, Deadpool! Christ, my inner racist. Jesus Christ.
Holy crap!
Jesus Christ, all this Minecraft is making me a racist man. I need to go to a Christian server right now.
Oh my god.
It's just...
Listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. God came, Jesus spoke to me in my mind, and he told me to declare war. I'm declaring war on all the
Stop it.
out there.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, there's a hard art. Stream is over.
You're gonna bleep it out.
God damn it. God damn it.
I did it before Deadbolt did it. I wanted to like make sure that it didn't happen.
I don't know, we're gonna get somebody talking about this saying, "Oh, you racist motherfucker."
Yeah,
Man,
but they're not gonna have
I
proof
couldn't
because it's gonna be
challenge
bleeped out.
I couldn't win the challenge.
I couldn't win the challenge.
They can't say the N word.
I hope your bleeping skills are on point.
Oh, trust me. They were on point. I'm gonna bleep it with them. Fucking what is it?
Windows. Yeah.
The what is it? Roblox. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof! Yeah, dude, that's genius. Please do it. I'll love you forever.
Use the Minecraft oof. Because we're
No.
playing Minecraft. It goes.
Well, okay, I'll bleep yours.
Roblox
With
is
the,
superior.
I'll bleep yours with the Minecraft. Oof.
Thank
How about
you.
that?
Thank you. Give me Minecraft Steve, please.
Suck my dick, okay? Fuck you.
Oh, and you called me a racist. Okay, Mr. Homophobe.
You should bleep mine with the Michael Jordan. Stop it.
I'll bleep yours with the fucking soundbite I can pull out of my ass, okay?
Bleep mine with iDubbbz.
I'll bleep yours with whatever the fuck I can think of, alright? I'll bleep. Actually, yeah, whatever. I'll bleep yours with Michael Jordan. I'll bleep.
What? Wait, what word did I say that was offensive?
You said
Boy.
Dude, I was like, Killer, you're smart for this. You're too smart for this.
Yeah.
So, I was like, dude, he was hesitating too. I was like, yeah, he's
Yeah, I
smart
know
for
he
this.
was hesitating, and I was like, it wasn't gonna work, and then he just does it.
You see, I was thinking, should I say it and make it actually funny, or should I do the smart thing? I did something funny instead. Fuck it.
He did the funny.
Okay, so now I'll censor yours with the Michael Jordan. No, I'll censor Deadbolt with the oof.
Peanut butter baby.
And I'll censor mine with whatever fucking soundbite I can find.
Censor mine with the peanut butter baby where he goes, ah!
Okay, so the Gogeta thing.
We're just gonna censor everything with Shane Dawson saying, I jerked off on my cat.
Okay, so the Gogeta thing. I'm wanting to wrap this up because I honestly have to start. I'm actually starting to piss again. I have to piss again.
Okay, pee boy.
I meant to say I have to piss again, but words that
I'm
came out
getting
with-
pissed on. Now we gotta put R. Kelly in here.
I'm starting to piss, guys. Please.
I'm pissing out of my stomach hole.
Fuck it. I should stomach hole. Oh god damn it. Should I? Okay. Do you want to take another break and then like just pick this back up or what?
I don't.
Let's take a break.
I mean, aren't we gonna end? So I mean, might as well just finish it.
Fuck. Okay. I'll try to finish it and hold my pee in. Okay. So the Gogeta situation was originally resolved. Well, kind of resolved. The whole thing was I didn't like him, and so I said, you know what? Whatever. If you want to fucking make your video, then I'll by all means I'll swing much harder back. Is what I said. I'm fucking pulling some Keemstar shit. He was saying I'd swing much harder back. And then we decided to just go separate ways, not talk about this, not really, make. I would make my second video. He would make his video. And so that we just went on our separate ways. I banned his girlfriend at the time from my server because she's a lying little bitch. And so they're both banned from my server. And Gogeta was not blocked by me in any way, so he could message me if he wanted to. He'd message me about some random shit on occasion. I think. Like, I messaged him when his fucking dumbass fan messaged me, and I said, look, if your fan keeps poking the bear and shit, I'll have no other choice but to, but to make a video, like, fucking,
Maul his ass.
Maul his ass, but I also have to present evidence to defend myself as well. So, if that happens, this situation might end up getting fucking brought back up, so just let it be known that your little dumbass friend was stirring the pot. And so he said, no, that's fine, whatever. I don't remember what the fuck he said. He said something to me the other day, and then he deleted it. I don't remember what the fuck he said.
I find it ironic how like he's still messaging you guys after the whole thing, but he never talked to me ever since the incident.
Yeah, I mean, you're the nicest
you wanna
one
know
in the
what- yeah.
situation.
Well, you heard it here first. Part 2 is fucking confirmed, and he's gonna go down.
Yeah, part
You
two-
know why though? It's because I wasn't the one that actually went after him. I'm not the one that made him guilty. So he found out that like he has no reason to make amends with me because there's no benefit for him.
Yeah, there's no benefit.
He's gonna go down harder than a fucking escort on the 1st of the month.
You see, because the problem is, he knows with both me and Grim, I could make a video on him, and that could do a lot of damage to him. Oh, I already made a video on him, but I could do another video that's a lot fucking produced. And it could do a lot of damage to him. And Grim could make a fucking video on him and destroy his life.
I could.
Grim is like the 5 pieces of Exodia. Right when you get him, fucking obliterate. God damn it.
Exactly.
God fucking damn it.
I'm sorry about your penis, Gogeta.
Sorry about your stomach pussy.
Sorry about your stomach penis, buddy.
Also, also at one point, freaking like Vegeta kept sending me like memes of Gogeta, like Gogeta's girlfriend at the time sent Vegeta pictures of Gogeta. And so Vegeta made a fucking meme where he made his face look like Mike Wazowski. It's fucking great. I love it. And then, okay, so the other day he messaged me randomly asking why I use scripts for my videos. This is a guy who is trying to get into who's trying to get into versus debate, like, not versus, like, talking, discussing versus, saying that, he made a video, what was it, Yamcha versus Saitama, but you're saying that you don't use scripts? God damn it. God
damn it.
I've been playing Minecraft too! I've been playing Minecraft too, okay?
Cultural appropriation.
Stop being racist, okay, man?
Oh, look,
don't like it.
a white guy should be allowed to say
I mean, I think it's okay to say that. Just not the other parts
cool.
that we said.
Just
I'm
don't-
not saying it with any malintent.
malicious.
Anyway.
That's because my posse is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Okay, so
guys.
he asked me why I use scripts. My response to that was the only logical response you could give to some question that's absolutely stupid like that, saying, I said, because I'm not autistic. Then he said, oh, that's good then. To be honest with you, I may need scripts for my debate vids. How long does it take to make a script? And I was like, depends on how much material you need, how much material you need scripted, and how much time you have. Because realistically, those are only 2 factors. I like how he doesn't even know, like, really the basics about scripting. That's what you learn in fucking... Did you take, like, 6th grade composition? There you go, you can write a fucking script. It's not rocket science. Script. I need to, state just one last thing here. And that is, Gogeta. This situation of the second video being made is all on you. Water under the bridge before. I didn't like you. I thought you were a piece of shit. I also didn't like 18. But I was willing to leave you guys alone. Continue to let you guys pedal around your own shite. But not anymore. The moment you fucking
broke my heart.
Shut you actual gaping dickhole second.
Hey, 18, but if you're looking for a new man, though, and you want to, like, suck some dick, like, I mean,
Keep
we
coughing.
got Jarrell.
Keep coughing.
We got Jarrell over here. We'll hook you up with Jarrell, man.
We'll hook you up with Vegeta.
You need to suck some Discord dick. No, Vegeta tries too hard. Like, you gotta
And Jarrell does it?
right? Because, well, the thing is like, we know Jarrell's gonna treat her like shit, and that's what she's used to, so we want to make her comfortable. Oh, I'm gonna piss off all the SJWs now.
Oh, you're also gonna piss off Joel, but I mean, he's always pissed off.
Jarrell doesn't even watch our content. And if he does, he knows it's fucking a joke.
Nah, it's
Oh,
real
is
life.
it? It's real. It's real. You're always mad, Joel. You know it. Okay, so that's I'm pretty sure that's it for the podcast here. If you guys have any last things you would like to plug, talk about, then by all means, insert that now.
I want to advertise my penis plug. You guys should go out. It's called cool.shirts.me. It's called Penis Plug T-shirt, where you just stick a plug up in someone's penis. Buy my shirt. Buy my merch, please. Thank you.
Big Red, we'll talk about Article 13 some other time.
I just want to shout out our sponsor, BetterHelp, again, real quick. And I wanted to advocate for Pedophiles Anonymous. They're people, not monsters. No. Yeah, no, I'm Grim the Fan King, your friendly neighborhood fence straddler. Thank you for being with us. If you want to go check out my content, he's obviously going to link my channel because he's a cool guy. And yeah, look forward to plenty of content from us in the future, and look forward to our virtual films with our informative videos. I'm going to start doing gaming videos on another channel as well, Grim the Game King, that I'm going to work on, that I just created. And I hope that we can all continue to entertain you guys, at least if you take anything away from our videos other than that we're all fucking acoustic. At least, like, I hope you leave entertained.
Alright, so I want to say my last words. Yep, this is your boy Deadbolt, your friendly neighborhood fence hopper, and I would like to give I love to give Killer Queen Memes the Dust thank you to sharing my channel. You know, I'll tell him to leave a link down below, and I'm gonna talk about anything. You know, I'm gonna make a gaming channel called GameBolt, and yeah, if any of you guys wondering that if we're all gonna be really autistic, if you think that we're really autistic at the end of this show, you're right. You're 100% right.
Yet again,
you should leave.
Deadbolt. Yet again.
So I will say one last thing at the end. I do have a Pokemon channel that I've done absolute things with. I was doing a lot more shit with it.
And they call him Verlicify.
They call me Verlicify. No, I'm considering converting that over to just a general gaming gaming channel. If you guys want me to do that, then please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep that as a Pokemon one and maybe eventually do something with it. But if you want to convert it to general gaming, there's a lot of things they can do with it. Anyway, guys.
Shout out to Notch for staying in Minecraft. Oh wait.
Hey, hey, Deadbolt, you want to end us off with something funny that you think about? Come on, just say whatever you want.
All right. Say anything I want.
Yeah, anything you want. I don't care.
All right, guys. What is the difference between this podcast and a clown?
What?
At least the clown can.
To the basement, replacement goes as placement. Big bucks payment, dirty like a slave man. Began to lose patience to these complacent successes who assesses rules that assassinate us like me. A lot of confidence, but fall from vanity. Reason why I got a crew behind me, my family. Even if they try to bribe.
That's it for this video.